Welcome to another episode of Eternal Champions. I'm your host and DM, Michael Travachino, and joining me today are Damian Munez.
What's going on?
And Ernie.
What's going on, man?
So, guys, do you guys want to hop right back into it?
Hell
Let's
yeah.
do it.
All right. So, last we left off, you guys, plus Hrimnir, partook in some liquid libations, social lubricant, and had quite a night after quite the enigmatic awakening, as it were, in this weird confines that you found yourself in. You, Ernie, finding yourself what looked like in a mausoleum that was built within a garden of some kind inside a manor. And then you, within the same manor, Damien, found yourself in a forge. A decrepit one at that, but nonetheless. Ernie, during your dream, as it were, you did touch that stone with the sigil on it.
Yeah.
And awoke with it on your glove. Damien, however, did not. Okay, so now we're going to pick up exactly where you guys left off, and that's the next morning. Damien, I'm going to need you to give me a Constitution saving throw. Is that a natural one?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so for the next 8 hours, you're going to have disadvantage on all saving throws, all attack throws, and yeah, that's it. That's about right, Ernie? You think that's a good?
Yeah.
You're gonna have just straight up disadvantage on everything that requires some sort of check. You are hungover, and you are sensitive to sounds. So anything that does any sort of psionic damage or anything like that is going to have advantage on you, especially if there's some sort of effect on you, like confusion or anything like that.
This bullshit.
So
Not even
you're
3 minutes into this bullshit. I get a natural.
You're not wrong. We're only about 2 minutes in. Actually, almost 3. Now we're 3.
Bullshit.
So you have disadvantage. Ernie, you're fine. You did not partake in too many drinks,
No.
or rather, Mirthal and Astraios did not partake in
Pussy.
too many drinks.
Hey, I hold my liquor. No, man.
It's easy to hold your liquor.
Aren't
when
you
drink,
aren't you
one?
the elf that's like multiple hundreds of years old, and you're calling him milkman?
To be fair, he's shorter than me. I knew that.
You do, yeah, that's true. You're like well above 6 feet.
Yeah.
That's
So, you guys wake up to this. Oh, well, you unpleasantly wake up, Damien or Astraios.
I take no rest on, right?
Huh?
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
so.
Everything's full. Health is back. I consider it a long rest. So your health is back, and unlike some D&D where you have to roll for hit dice, I'm not gonna make you roll for hit dice, especially since you sleep like in an inn or something like that. I'm gonna give something like where it's an inn or maybe like a manor, something with a nice bed and roof over your over your heads, right? Automatically restores your health as well as restore your spell slots and all that jazz.
Okay.
So you get all your spells back, or pack slots rather, and Damien gets all his spell slots back.
Nice.
So yeah, you guys awaken to the loud sound of something banging on your door. What do you do?
I'm going to stand up.
You come out of your meditative trance. You were sitting in the corner, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I went by his man to make sure he didn't
do anything stupid. And don't worry, he did. He was beyond any shape to actually do anything.
Yeah.
With the amount of drinks he had.
Yeah, let's just say I had one of his feet off the bed and then he couldn't fall off,
Yeah, no,
and
that's
it
perfect.
balanced.
He has one foot dangling the other, and he has like the covers are haphazardly over him. He didn't even bother taking off his boots or his armor, so he's not sitting
When it more undressed and
exactly. He's not sleeping comfortably, so it's quite uncomfortable. But you do awaken to the sound of someone banging on the door.
Who goes there? I yell through.
Town guard, open immediately.
I lock the door. I open it.
You open it, and standing are two individuals who look familiar to you because they look similar to Hrimnir, right? They're very bestial in their appearance, and they both do resemble a wolf in their bestial forms. They both stand there, spears drawn, not at the ready, but ready to be at the ready if need be. They're not wearing much armor. They're not wearing any armor at all. And he's still knocked out.
May I help you, gentlemen?
Come with us, please.
My companions will know me out of it. You mind if I leave him there?
Bring him with you.
As you wish. I'll haphazardly pick him up and throw him over my shoulder.
Give me a strength check. Is this athletics? Are you waking up from this or no?
It depends on what he is.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I just got a very funny text message. I apologize. It depends. Depends on what he does.
He's
on
trying
this
to throw
roll.
you over his
It
shoulder.
depends on what he does with the roll.
Is he sensitive and loud sound when he bang him?
Yeah, no, he is. That's what I'm saying. Like, you heard this loud banging on the door.
Oh, I heard loud. I guess I tried to get up.
Okay, so
You know, one of those when you wake up, you're like you sound like a mummy because you all fucked up.
so like Shaun of the Dead moaning.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow, that's how to get him off the bed.
Give me an athletics roll.
Don't touch me.
Okay.
Did you say that?
Don't touch me.
Well, it's a natural 1.
Yeah.
Oh, so you
-2.
so natural
No.
1. So
You see this bullshit? Twice has happened already.
and I rolled a natural
Natural
20
ones.
earlier. So I
outta
don't know if that's a sign of ill omen. So you try to lift him up, but he's actually kind of like struggling a little bit. He's resisting, like he's like unconsciously or subconsciously just gripping onto the bed, right?
No,
With-
wake up. Wake up.
So he's jostling you. Come on, what are you doing, Astraios?
He's really struggling to get me up.
He rolled a natural 1.
I
Yeah.
rolled a natural 1 there. I'm like, I keep fumbling, trying.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And I try to kick him off me.
Give me an attack roll.
Yes, because it has disadvantage. See?
Yeah, it has
You
disadvantage.
see? You see? Watch this be a 20. Oh, okay.
What was it?
13. And then a 2.
That misses. So you go to kick him.
Thank
He
you.
quickly dodges it. And he goes whiff right past him. Right,
Oh
he
my
sees your
God.
heel. He's like, he's getting a little frustrated, but he's not entirely there.
Hold on. Can I roll with his kick and use the momentum to flint him up?
Yes, give me
Oh
another
my
athletics.
God.
Give me
Don't-
another
Can I-
athletics roll.
Can I add, aren't you mad into like try to flip him?
Yes, got it.
Okay. So that's an 18 plus 4.
22.
So 22.
Yes, you easily.
Mhm.
You as his foot goes past your head, you wind up grabbing it, spinning it, and what are you gonna do with him?
You
haven't grappled.
Making it where I roll, he lands on his feet.
Okay, so
and now I'm
you
right behind him holding his shoulder.
you effortlessly do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you roll under him, use your hand to give him support on his core, push him forward, and pivot him so he winds up standing. Blood rushes to your head.
I'm throwing up immediately.
You're gonna throw up immediately?
Immediately.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
That's
Ernie.
bullshit, because this is all I'm about to say.
Oh, man. Oh, God. That's a 3 plus
Got 3.
4. So
4. Oh, Damien, give me a roll.
Come on, roll lower than a summon, bro. Roll lower than a summon. That's a 2. Good.
Okay.
And
Well,
No,
yeah, I can't roll
so
any worse than.
disadvantage.
Oh, I could roll worse than that.
So a
but-
2, fortunately, because he rolled worse than you really, but
Mhm.
he winds up vomiting, right? And it winds up missing you, but spraying one of the guards across the chest. And it's cool outside, and his vomit's warm, so there's a bit of like steam kind of coming off of it.
Aw.
And there's the smell of last night's dinner, and not all of it's entirely digested either. So there's like bits of like half-eaten potatoes, like pieces of like almost like rare meat in there still, and it's like a very pale oatmeal-esque color, right? It's
That's what you get for knocking on this door so fucking early. Who the fuck you think you are knocking on this door? God damn, I'm going back to sleep.
Did you say that?
Yeah, and I'm trying to go back to sleep. You think it's a game? You think this shit is a game?
The
That would
guard,
be his
the guard who
power.
you threw up on or vomited on, I can't. He draws his spear. I need you to roll for initiative.
Oh my god.
You're fine. You're fine.
I'm estimating for the
you
battle.
back up. You have your hands up. You're backing up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what this guard rolls. Oh my god.
11.
Plus.
No,
You
it's
have
11.
disadvantage on your initiative
Oh,
roll, by
yeah.
the way. You rolled a natural 17. So
Oh my god.
What?
Got a natural 1.
natural 1. Okay. So
initiative's 3.
you're about you're about 15 feet away from this guard, and he looks pissed. His other buddy isn't even going near you, right? His other buddy's standing at the door. He's actually kind of laughing as this whole thing's going. He's trying to stop his laughter. It's almost as like whenever they work together, it's almost like a buddy cop duo. His friend's always getting the shit, and he's not, so he's just like enjoying this. It's like someone cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on him. So he's at that point. And so he winds up coming. He has the spear ready, and he goes towards you. He's gonna make an attack roll on you. He rolled a natural 3, but even with the modifiers, I don't think that would hit. What's your armor class?
12.
Yeah, no, even with the modifier, it wouldn't hit. So he whiffs at you, but he does have polearm mastery. So
Thanks. Perfect.
even with goddamn natural 5, so you're lucky. When he goes at you with the spearhead and he goes to hit you with the bottom end of the spear, he actually winds up missing you entirely, overconfident in the fact that he thinks you're still inebriated from last night.
Oh, okay.
Go.
All right. So this is what we're doing, huh?
This is great.
This is what we're doing. He's fighting me. I only got 2 that pop up. Still.
I did not expect this to happen.
You heard?
10 minutes in.
You heard? I only got 2 that pop up still.
2 that pop up still? That's weird. Okay, let me
They
see.
probably didn't update properly when you did it.
Let me take a look to see your character sheet.
One moment, guys. Let me get my
yeah.
technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
This is how drunk he was. He forgot all his spells.
I mean, it is.
I mean that let's roll with that. No, I'm just kidding. Let's take a look. See your character.
You might have to like, I look the page and then reload the
Astraios.
page.
I gotcha.
Once he's done
Let me take a look at
his
spells. No, he's got them all on my thing. Let me send you the link again.
Okay.
So
training. Yeah, close down.
this is
completely.
very interesting D&D stuff right now.
So soon, that's the
Okay,
power
so
of-
Astraios sent you the second one.
Gotcha.
Let's see if you get it. Does it work? Take a look at the spells. Spells update?
Yes, it did.
Okay, cool. So I guess you were using the old one?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. Your turn.
Let's see.
Oh, this is too funny. Okay.
All right. So I dodged it, right? And
Yeah, so you dodged it. Well, it's more not that you dodged it. It's more like he whiffed. Because in your state, dodging isn't really
option.
an option, really.
I'm gonna hit him with Ray Sickness. Fuck him.
Okay.
You're gonna try and pray on the hand over love.
That's
I
right.
see.
All that bullshit.
Go ahead.
17. Please be higher. Yeah. Please be higher.
6 plus.
That's a 6 or no? That's a 9, right? No, 6.
A 6 plus your modifier.
6, 12.
12. 12 does not hit. So you shoot your ray of sickness at him, and it blasts the wall beside him, almost hitting his buddy. And you just see like there's like a weird, there's like a necrotic look to the impact where the ray hit, and the wood itself where it did strike actually begins to show some rot to it, and actually starts to grow a little bit of mold as well.
Okay, so I'm going to use. Let me see.
You got your bonus action.
Yeah, if I'm reading this right, I'm gonna use Sanctuary on myself.
Sanctuary.
Yep.
Okay. What does Sanctuary do?
You
To all our not D&D
you
listeners.
ward a creature within range against attack until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so basically wisdom
Yeah.
saving throws
Yeah.
on attacks.
On a failed
Yeah.
save, you
Okay.
must choose a new target or lose the attacker's spell.
Good. Okay. So for all future new D&D players, that's a option that you can do for your magic casters.
But I'm not protected against AoE attacks.
Okay. Like fireball or
effects of
something
them,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It has to specifically target him.
Okay. So that was your bonus action. You do have movement, and he's not like he again because he has reach. There is that space.
I'm gonna move up.
You're gonna move
Just a
up
little
closer to
bit,
him.
yeah.
Okay, so you get into his attack range, and that's where you're getting your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's gonna. Oh fuck! If he moves back, he gets attack of opportunity. But you do have disadvantage.
It's all right.
He's gonna move back. Take your attack of opportunity. Disadvantage.
Wait.
What?
If you attack, you use a sanctuary spell.
Do I?
Read the spell.
Oh, he loses it?
Oh yeah, you're right.
I know they're new. That's the only reason I'm helping.
Mm-hmm. So, what are you going to do? Take that attack of opportunity or no?
No.
No?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So, what's your DC save?
The spell DC is going to be the call for it.
For the wisdom saving throw.
Where would that
It's
be?
right there on the top. Right there. So the save
14.
DC
14?
Okay.
Okay. So, he has just rolled 14. Let me pull up this character sheet quickly.
Figure, get into a battle already. I didn't even fucking use the
You are
bathroom.
so lucky. Natural 11 plus 1 for his wisdom, so 12. Just misses it. So his attack is wasted, and he actually just backs up even further away from you with the spear ready.
Why are you running away? I thought we were gonna be friends.
He looks at you, and he grits his teeth, showing his fangs and growling just a little bit. Go ahead. And what are you doing, by the way, E? Are you, like, creeping away towards the door, or...
I mean, I'm not going to run because that's going to cause more problems.
Right.
I know better.
Okay.
But I am going to say you are aware he's the town guard, aren't you?
I know, but this is fun. I'm waking up, something to do. I'm just gonna go attack. So I move forward and
He's
I go
really
attack.
fucked up. These are your partners. Or your partner.
Okay, the first one is...
That's a 7, right?
Yeah, let me see. Come on,
Whenever
cousin.
I'm able to, let me know.
Okay. After his turn, I'll let you... Give me an initiative roll, actually.
Alright, the first one was 9.
9?
And then let's, because I'm swinging my offhand, might as well just 9 and 5.
Neither hit. You are just not... You actually almost graze him with the 9. Grazes him a little bit. And he actually kind of, like, laughs in a way that it seems like it tickled him, the touch of the blade.
Alright.
So... give me an initiative roll, Mirthal.
So that's a 19 plus
Okay.
4.
Yeah. Okay, go. Yeah. You have the best
So-
I
one.
gotta struggle for my rolls. He rolled
I-
1 tonight. Bullshit.
I wave my hand at you and I say, we're all friends here. Why don't you just take a second?
I don't know him. He's not my friend.
Wisdom
a
saving
breath.
throw with disadvantage,
And
right?
make yeah, you got it.
What's
You
your
know why we're
yeah?
doing
What's your DC?
Come
it.
on.
My DC is 13.
Okay. What'd you get? So
I got a 3.
You
so
feel compelled to listen to me.
yeah, you feel compelled to listen. So now all of a sudden you're like, all right, his words are, they're actually permeating into your mind. You're like, and you're compelled to be like, you know what? Maybe he's right.
He ain't right. That's bullshit, but whatever.
That's what the roll says. Wherever the dice fall, bro. That's our
Bullshit.
motto. So
Actually, real quick, campaign question.
yes.
Do we have rules against modifying
Deal with.
other players' decisions?
No. If you want to do something on a player, like cast friend on them, stuff like that, you have no problem. There's no problem doing it. But at the same time, be ready for any repercussion their character might have when they realize it. Because if I'm not mistaken, with friends, they do know that the spell was cast on them after it wears off.
Yes.
So he will be made aware that there was a spell cast on him and who did it.
Okay.
So if he decides to do something later to get back to you, that's why I allow it.
All right.
So
Sounds fair
yeah,
to me.
it's a Wild West rule, but it makes for very entertaining encounters.
Yeah, it
So
does. Yeah.
go ahead. What are you gonna do? He's telling you stop. You should stop. You feel compelled. You lower your weapon. What are you gonna say to the guard now?
Whatever. I guess I'll follow you.
Let me see the guard. Give me a persuasion roll.
This is bullshit. See, this is bullshit. See all the stuff I gotta deal with?
So that's
Fuck outta
a
here.
16 plus 3, so a 19.
Okay.
Here we
you got
go.
19.
Might as well just give me a fucking 6 now. Oh, yeah, of course. 6.
6. With Mirthal's help, the guard looks at you, Mirthal, sighs heavily, looks at you, Astraios. You're lucky you have such a wise friend. Now, come with us.
Yeah, whatever.
And so, he basically he motions for you to go ahead of him out the door while his friend will be leading, his other guard will be leading the charge to wherever they're going.
Okay.
Okay.
And I follow.
So you
along.
follow, no problem. Are you giving any resistance? How long does friends work for?
Only 1 minute.
1 minute. So by now it's worn off, and you know that a spell was cast on you to make you, listen to Mirthal.
Okay.
Okay.
If we want, I say sorry, but I did not
No,
want you.
I want to hear it. It's fine.
As you wish.
Okay. So you guys are led downstairs. The old wooden floors creak with every step.
Before we leave this place,
Okay.
could I have my kit back that I gave you yesterday?
There you go.
Thank you.
Let me make a perception. The guard which guard are you standing by? The front one or the back one?
The back one. Sure.
The back one. Okay. The back one doesn't notice this, but the front one definitely does. And he looks over and he says, "What is that?"
It's mine.
What is it?
Mine.
What item is it?
My item. I don't understand why I need to
Confiscated
tell you.
from him.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna
we
resist?
Gonna do this all the time? Are we gonna do this all the time? Is this what we're doing? You asked us to go somewhere. Not that you want to search me and take my things. You wanted us to walk somewhere. I'm walking with you. You don't have to take my item. If you want to know what it is, here, and I show him the kit.
What type of kit is it?
It's what kit did I give you? The
Alchemy.
alchemy kit.
He looks at you. He says, "That is evidence. Forfeit it now.
For what?
You'll see."
What did you do with my kit?
I haven't done anything. I've been taking care of you all night while I'm meditating.
So then I don't understand what it's evidence for, but whatever.
You hand it over to the guard.
Yep.
So the guard confiscates your alchemy kit.
He does make a good point, though. What is this about?
You'll see. And you possibly already know. And he winds up leading
If
you
I
guys.
knew, I wouldn't be asking.
Right. And feign ignorance isn't a skill of yours. Knife here.
Apparently, it's a skill of yours.
He doesn't offer a response to that. He just pushes you and begins to lead
I
you two.
pretend nothing happened and I keep walking.
Okay. He will remember that. It's like a Telltale game. And he begins to... You good, D-Man?
No, I'm just looking to see if I have something in my bag.
So he begins to lead you guys outside of the tavern, and there are people actually in the tavern enjoying their breakfasts. They just stop and stare and look at you, and the looks that they give you are the looks that you would see someone give. Of course, they probably did it. They're outsiders. They don't respect our ways. That type of look. You're not part of the tribe, so. And so they're leading you out, and as they lead you out, there are people in the streets, just in droves, lined up along the road, or the streets rather, and they are just standing there, very disdainfully staring at you all, or you two rather, as the guards lead you down the main road. One of them, natural 17, natural 3. So, what's your armor class?
Mine is 15.
Okay. The person has to succeed. How long does Sanctuary last for?
No, it's done already. As soon as I went to go attack you, it's over. Remember, I went to go attack you.
You didn't attack.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
He did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
dagger's the one that I almost hit you with.
Right. Okay, sorry. I completely blanked out. Thank you. So he didn't have to make a wisdom saving throw. Someone rolled a natural 3 to attack you, pelt you with a tomato. Someone threw a head of lettuce at you. That hit you, though. It does 1d4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it did 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Get the fuck out of here.
Damn.
So, yeah, it was a big head of lettuce. And,
What?
yeah, smacks you right across the face. And it kind of gives you like a little crink in your neck. That quickly subsides. And as you're walking by, there are people constantly throwing things at you, but their aim isn't as good, and so they are missing completely. The guards lead you to a large, what would pass off as a town hall, right? It almost looks like the town hall that you would see in like Warcraft, right? Or Warcraft 3, where it's there's like that stone ring around it with a couple steps leading up, a cobblestone path, a grass garden surrounding the cobblestone path, and then a series of windows on a wooden edifice, or a stone edifice rather, and there's a clock in a tower above and a weather vane above. So it's that iconic Warcraft 3 look, right? And so, yes.
While we're walking, I try to see if anything's out of the ordinary, like around, like why are they so mad at us?
Give me perception. Let's see if you overhear something. Disadvantage.
I remember, unfortunately. Bullshit. Was that a 6? No, 9. And then an 8. 10.
10. This just 10 with the proficiency, with the modifier. Okay. You don't really, you hear stammered whispers here and there. As soon as like they realize you're looking at them to get something, they immediately just divert and just glare at you. But as soon as you try to listen in, they shut up and they just glare.
Is there anything in the background?
Not in the background. No, there's nothing in the background. But as you are led into here, you do see what could pass off as a physician of some kind, right? Or in this case, this tribe's or this group's medicine man, or even a shaman of some kind, standing over what looks like to be a sickbed, right? And in the sickbed is a very familiar face to you. It is the face of Hrimnir's father.
Okay.
And the father is asleep, or at least seems to be asleep. And the physician looks at you, glares, and then glares at the guards. You took your time. Then the one with vomit on his chest still goes forward, and it was me. There was some resistance. He goes, I see that. Well, bring them here. And you see the one who confiscated the alchemy kit goes, this might be of some use to you. And he goes, have you used your alchemy kit recently? No? So it's a new alchemy kit, unused. Let me get a investigation roll for the physician. Okay. The physician, or the shaman rather, looks at the alchemy kit, looks at both of you. Whose is this?
Mine.
Offers it back to you.
Thank you.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Next time, inspect it. It hasn't even been used yet. You dullards.
Is this what we were called over here for?
Yes, it would seem that our chieftain has fallen ill.
You mind if I look at him, see if I know what's wrong?
You may have been the one to do it.
Where's his son?
I could assure you I wasn't.
Which one?
Hrimnir?
Hrimnir?
Yeah.
I haven't the idea.
He was at the inn with us.
Oh, well, then
Perhaps
he's
been
probably
notified of something being wrong with his father?
like he would care.
Well, apparently that's not your decision to make now, is it?
No, but it was his brother's.
How about you notify him that
We're
you guys
here.
took us?
We will. He'll be notified when we can retrieve him. For the time being, we'll say he's indisposed, shall we?
What's the problem here?
If you couldn't tell, our chieftain is ill. And you two, being newcomers, are our number one suspects.
So the chieftain catches a cold and you call us here?
It isn't a cold.
Then maybe you should be more suspicious.
Give
you
him
know
a
what's wrong?
persuasion roll.
Do you know what's wrong with him?
Not yet.
Well,
19. He looks at you. You want to try to persuade
no,
him?
go ahead.
Okay. He looks.
I just know what I got it ready.
You
Like,
got
I'm
that
just ready.
shit-eating grin. He looks at you, Mirthal, and goes, I've never suspected your kind, Knifear, to be guile, but there's always a first for everything. Gods, let him go. His friend, on the other hand, was the one who had the kit, and while he may not have used that one, he may have had another.
Well, if you want to get technical, I didn't have the kit yesterday. He did.
I held it for him the whole time.
I was unconscious.
That kit.
Mm-hmm.
The other kit, maybe not.
What other kit?
So,
I have another kit.
Let me
Would
ask,
you mind if we searched your belongings?
We could try.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
The man was in public. All three of us were getting hammered at a bar.
No, I was getting hammered.
This-
You were drinking
this is
soda
true.
pop. Unbelievable.
Soda pop. Yes, there's a drink in this universe called soda pop. That is canon now. That is canon. It's gonna be all over the place.
You ain't
Oh,
know.
God.
There's gonna instead of Coca-Cola, it's gonna be Coca-Cola.
That's
You know what?
kakaka. That's what it's called.
Yeah, Coca-Cola. And instead of Pepsi, it'll be Paps Me or
That's-
something like that.
Oh,
That's it, me. You know what?
mhm.
I'm trying to.
You might want to make
Anyway.
You might make a new name for Pepsi. It sounded a little too close to Pap Schmear.
Yeah, that's done on purpose. Anyway,
I don't want to drink Pap Schmear.
We were in public eye, and you could tell he's still recovering from the intoxication that kept him asleep all night.
Yeah, look at the evidence.
So does common sense alone?
and you see the guard. He grits his teeth. He's like, "Oh, give me one reason."
Does common sense alone dictates that he didn't have the mental capacity nor the physical capacity to commit any affronts. So how about you stop wasting your time and let us go?
Just doing some rolls quickly. Okay.
No problem.
He looks at you. He goes, looks at the guards, sighs begrudgingly. You two retrieve any supposed witnesses and bring them here immediately. Anyone who can corroborate their story.
And I'll pass the guard a rag from my back.
A rag?
Yeah, just like, here you go.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So
He looks at. He takes it forcefully and just starts wiping it. And because again they're bestial, there's hair on his chest, and
Yeah.
the rag is dry, and it smears all over his chest. And he's like, he looks at the rag, and he's throws it. And he just starts stomping out. So he goes. In the meantime, you two are restricted to the confines of this building and this building alone. Do you understand?
How about you just let me look at the chief so I could find out what's wrong with it?
Persuasion roll.
Mother.
I'll assist.
Mother.
I'll assist.
You'll assist, so just one roll gets rid of your disadvantage.
One time. 12.
12. That's with the
Everything
addition.
all together.
He thinks about it for a moment. Looks at you. Looks at Mirthal more. Fine, but I'll be behind you the entire time.
Oh, good. Oh, that's great because you just became a helper now, and I need you to help me.
Okay.
Does the chieftain have clothes on?
He has pants on and not a shirt though.
Okay. Since you are a part of this people and we're outsiders, I want you to touch him. Look for any marks, animal marks, needle marks, anything. I need you to find an area that might be bruised or anything that just looks out of the ordinary for somebody like him to be hurt with.
Okay. So the shaman lifts up the basically the blanket or sheet that is covering him, right? And immediately you notice that there are what look like black and blue marks all over his body, right?
Mhm.
And there are also some not welts, but they're almost like boils, but they're not. Instead of look like they're fluid filled, they look like they're almost like tumors on his body. They're sporadically, haphazardly all over his body. Give me an investigation roll. Wait, you're searching for what?
He told me to look for anything that looked like him in the cause.
Okay.
Like bruising or
Any
anything.
bruising?
Yeah.
Okay. And the shaman, you're making him do what?
Try to find like needle
Marks?
marks
Okay.
or anything. Alright, so I gotta do this with disadvantage, right?
So you want investigation? or
Natural
perception?
20.
So I gotta do this with...
Yeah. And that's to help you guys,
Let's
though.
17 for the first roll, and then the second one. Oh, come on.
14.
14, natural 20.
I got
Okay, so it doesn't. What did you get?
14.
14. So it doesn't take long, right? Your rolls weren't bad, and then with a natural 20 bolstering that, right? You can quickly, the shaman quickly finds something on the body of the chieftain, and it is on his back. So he puts him onto his side with the assistance of Mirthal, right? And on the chieftain's back, you notice that there is what looks like a gash on over his right shoulder blade, right, going down pretty much about right above where his lower back would be.
Okay. All right.
And from there, you do notice that there is something similar to what you saw when you blasted the wood with the ray of sickness. There is like a necrosis going around the tissue, right? And there actually seems to be some sort of like fungus growing around it.
All right. I'm proficient in medicine, so I'm gonna try to see if I can identify.
Okay.
Let me see. First one. Oh my god, it's gonna be fucking terrible.
Natural 20, but you have disadvantage. I'm so done. We got to get someone who can cast lesser restoration on you. That would cure your hangover.
I got an 8.
An 8?
Yeah, altogether, yeah, 8.
Okay. So, I wish the shaman knew lesser restoration. That would have been so much better. And so, the shaman has no idea what this is. He's never seen this before. And you haven't seen this before. You recognize what's going on with the tissue, right, with the necrosis. But the not the boils, but the like almost the tumor-esque lumps on his body, as well as the black and blue on his body, are there's something about it that just doesn't look right, right? And then conjunction with the fungus that's going around the cut, it just doesn't look good. Like there's something off about it. Like it does. There are bits and pieces that look like something from a disease or from a poison of some kind, but not all these symptoms together.
Could it be magical in nature?
Are you proficient with Arcana?
Yes.
Do you have anything that can detect any magic or anything like that?
Nah, I do not yet.
Unless you have like a detect magic.
Give me one second. I'm gonna
Okay.
check my features.
Yeah,
real
you
quick.
need to
I don't
do some sort of
remember
detect magic with that.
Yeah, let me see. What do I have?
I hate when this happens.
Oh, okay. I have I don't know. Would identify work?
Identify. Read the spell. I don't think so. It would have to be detect magic. Identifies like to detect like a magic's ability, magical items abilities.
Oh yeah, it does. Yep, that's exactly
So,
right. You choose one object. You must touch it to cast a spell.
It's like Deckard Cain from Diablo.
Mhm.
May he rest in peace.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Unfortunately, you don't have the means to detect if this was magical by anything. As an artificer, don't you have access to magical items that you can create though? Check those.
Where would I check that? Let's see.
D&D Beyond.
Information items may not be under equipment.
No, I don't have anything. I don't know that.
With the assistance of the DM, we will find out.
Let's see features and traits.
I could have swore as an artificer you do have the ability to create some sort of yes, so you can so whenever you finish a long rest you can touch a non-magical object to imbue it with one of your artificer infusions. One of those is a wand of magic detection. So if you want to do that, you can do that because you do have non-magic items. You could take like a dagger or something, or well, not a dagger in this case I would recommend, but
No.
yeah. But like a stick or a rock and just cast that. You would just see how long the ritual takes. If it does take anything. Does it, or is it just instant?
This is using this infusion. You replicate a wand of magic detection. Then it says no action, nothing else.
Okay, so we'll make it instant. Just basically you touch it and you can imbue one of those items to that.
And so I asked the shaman if I could get a stick or something.
Okay. The shaman easily just gets you a wooden stick and hands it to you.
Okay. Alright, I guess I use wand of magic detection.
So it's almost like a black light when you
Yeah.
have the stick. It's almost like a black light going over something, right? And you see his veins, right? And they're illuminated that give off a distinct arcane color to it, right? But as you do that, You also see a series of what look like veins as well that run parallel to his veins, right? And they seem to be moving or shifting.
Is that parallel to it?
They run parallel, so you would have his vein running along, right, his
And it
wrist or
ran
something,
alongside it.
and there was something else running alongside as well that looked like his vein as well.
And
Almost
is
as if
it
it was like
affecting him while it's running down? Like we could see it starting to affect anything?
Yes, you see like it's almost like roots of a tree in a way,
Oh.
like touching randomly.
Can I try to stop it from moving?
Do you want to try to touch the thing? I guess the
Yeah,
vein.
whatever. And like,
Okay, so
try that's his path. How he's turning now, and
you're touching it.
try to stop it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not moving. It's there. It's already there.
Oh,
It's
I'm
already
sorry,
like
I
rooted in there.
misunderstood. Okay.
So do you still want to touch it though?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Damn it, DMs can't have any fun. So you see this, and what do you want to do?
Has the chief been in a battle recently?
No, he is not.
What happened with those trophies that he came with yesterday? The ones that we found.
They were taken by his son to be treated. The head was going to be taxidermed, and then the skull was going to be properly cleaned and mounted. Despite that pup Hrimnir's attitude towards his father does care about him.
Of course.
Well, I know I can't produce something that like that to happen to him, but I don't know if it's poison or if it's from magic from a weapon. I don't know what that is, but that's not normal.
And he saw clearly the magic that was radiating off of it as well. As much as it displeases me to say this, you two are not guilty. Innocent far from, but not guilty.
We finally agree on something.
So you may leave the confines, but if you could, we would very much like your assistance in finding out what and who may have
When's the last person
may have done this. Well, I don't know. That's the problem. I'm only summoned when something like this occurs.
Well, who found him in this state?
It would be his youngest son, Hrimnir's brother.
So I believe we should start there. Don't you?
Is the chieftain always have guards around him or people watching him?
No, he actually prefers it not to. He finds it as a stain on his honor.
Okay. I'm trying. I want to see if he's lying.
Insight?
Yep.
Go ahead. Give me an insight roll.
Roll the 1.
Natural one?
Yep.
Goddamn.
First roll 1. Kill myself.
Man, we've got to do something about.
Yo.
If you want, I'll let you do like an alchemy roll to see if you can brew like some sort of anti.
No,
you want to keep rolling with this?
Yep.
Because I feel so bad. A DM with
Nice.
a DM with a heart is bad. is a rare thing. I'm joking. There are many good DMs out there.
Of course.
So, what are you folks doing?
I'm trying to find out. Hold on.
He's offering you. He's asking you to help him.
Oh, of course.
if
Yeah,
possible.
we're gonna help you.
I'm more than willing to help.
Thank you.
But I would like it if you spread the word that we had nothing to do with this. I do not want to have to defend myself in town.
You took the 4 points of bludgeoning damage. You see, he winds up clapping his hands, right? And what you see is a younger version of a face that looks very similar, right, to Hrimnir up here. And he introduces you. This is Hrothgar Blackmane, Hrimnir's youngest brother.
Hello, Hawknar. How are you?
Hi. Yes, you are going to go out and be the town crier for the day. Understand me, boy? Yes? What am I going to say? Inform the town of these individuals' innocence and willing to comply to help us investigate what is going on with your father. Okay. Is that all? Yes.
Oh, wait, hold on. Did you do this?
He looks at you. No.
Insight check. No matter
Go
how
ahead.
bad it is. Okay, hopefully that's the lowest one.
What'd you roll? Oh my god. Oh my god. What? What? Disadvantage, and you have to do things that do not give you disadvantage ever in your life. He looks scared. Like and he didn't look scared when he was summoned by the shaman. It was more like he was scared upon looking at you. Right? Like, again, knowing the history of this town or village and knowing how they treat outsiders, you can tell that maybe he hasn't had any contact since he is the youngest of Hrimnir's siblings, of the Black Manes. He may have not had a lot of contact with outsiders, so that's all you can read, that he looks scared. And that might be the reason why, but you don't know why.
Okay.
Okay. And he winds up running off and from a distance, you start hearing him tell people that, or start screaming on top of his lungs that that you guys are innocent.
I look at the shaman. Is there, can we get something to eat, please? I'm starving.
It'll cost you.
This isn't like an IOU thing. I mean, you guys literally ran into our place where we were sleeping.
And to interrupt you, it's not going to cost them a thing. And stepping into the town hall is a very familiar face, a very tired or haggard-looking face of Hrimnir Blackmane.
I hate you.
And he puts his hand on the shaman's shoulder and grips it tightly.
I hate you. This headache is from you. I hate you.
And you see he reaches into a pouch on his side and he takes out a root and he starts chewing on it. I feel great.
Oh, of course.
And he just keeps chewing on it.
Can I try to identify the root?
Give me a medicine roll.
Of course.
Or nature medicine, whichever's better for you.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Do you want to do a roll?
I'm a fucking.
No? Okay.
You see Mirthal give a slight smile,
Okay.
which you normally don't see, and then he.
Let me see if he. Do you like? Are you gonna let him see it, or should I roll for perception? Roll for perception.
And you
Wow.
gotta be quick with it to see it.
Wow.
Okay.
Did you see? Wow. 15 and a 16. Oh my god. I have a 19 total.
19 total. You recognize the root, right? The name escapes you, but you do recognize the root as a root that's usually used for removing poisons from the body, or like toxic ailments, things like that too. Like people who basically are going into toxic shock, they usually eat those roots, or they use potions brewed from those roots to heal them of their ailment.
Okay. Wait, do you have another one of those?
He takes one out of his bag, starts chewing it.
No.
Starts
Not
looking at you,
for just me.
smiling.
Do you
at
have another one of those, please?
Keep smiling at you.
I'll drink with you again tonight.
That's
You
what
get
I
it.
want to hear. And he
Oh
tosses
my
it to you.
god! Here we go.
So he tosses you the root.
All right, I cut it in half.
Mirthal goes in the forest.
He rolled a natural 11, and his wisdom modifier is only +1, so
Oh no.
he'll know. So it's
Yeah.
12. He rolled technically.
Um,
So he notices it, and he smirks back. He doesn't try to hide it. He smirks at you when he notices it.
I shall return it. He goes in the first saber pot.
I'm gonna cut the root in half. I put one half to the side, and I take out my alchemy kit, and I put the root in a bowl, and I start breaking it down.
Okay. So
Into like
you mortar and pestle it basically, so like a fine powder or
yeah,
a coarse powder. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I asked the shaman to bring me a little bit of water
And
and a rag.
he gives it to you, and he
Okay.
gives you the water and a clean rag.
So I put some water in the paste, in the powder to try to make it like into a paste.
Right.
and then I dip the rag in a little bit. I go rub this on his cut.
On his cut?
See what it does.
Good thinking. I wasn't even going there with that, but good thinking. And so, he takes the shaman you're doing that to, or Hrimnir?
No, I tell the shaman.
To shaman to do it?
Yeah.
So the shaman does it, and he rubs it in the cut and then around the wound as well. Do you have the wand out still?
Yeah, because I have.
Okay.
Let me see how long it lasts, though, just in case. That would be what is it? Trade. All right, doesn't say anything about a time limit.
Okay, so the wand you still have.
Yeah.
And for the sake of this story purposes, we'll say that you still have it out and it's doing the detect magic thing.
Okay.
You notice that the veins that are running parallel and that are attached to the actual veins themselves actually slowly begin to whatever's attaching to the veins are receding a little bit, not much, right? But you do notice it, and a thick, viscous black ichor begins to bubble out of the cut. It doesn't like spew out, but it starts to bubble a little bit, like hot, like tar in a tar pit, something like that.
I tell the shaman to get like a jug or cup or whatever, or beaker or whatever it is, and put some of that in there. But be careful not to touch it.
The black liquid. So he takes a big wooden bowl, right, and tries to scrape along the back. He gets some of the fluid, but he also the black ichor, but he also winds up getting some of the fungal growth as well that has seemed to grown around wherever the cut is.
Okay, so now
he takes that and he puts it off to the side very gingerly, making sure not to touch it himself.
I'm gonna go around in front of the chieftain to see when he was doing that, if anything happened to the tumors or black and blues as well.
Okay, so as you see that the tumor-esque markings on his body don't look like they receded, but the black and blues a little bit, but not much. Because again, you just applied like a topical cream over the cut, and some of it did get into the bloodstream, but not a lot.
I asked the shaman for gloves because I want to touch the tumor. I want to see what it feels like and see if it causes him like a serious amount of pain.
So as you touch the tumor, right, it's hard, right? And I'm trying to see if I need a perception roll. What's your passive perception? It's right there, I think.
11.
11. You do feel though, like as you touch it, it's hard, but you do feel something shift inside it.
Shift.
And Hrimnir looks at you. Is he going to be okay?
I don't know. I just, from you telling me about the poison for my hangover, the root, I knew that it could try to cure poison.
Well, he didn't tell you anything. You know the root.
I know.
From,
I know it could try to cure poison, so I was just trying to see if maybe that would help. But it looked like it helped a little bit, but I don't know if it helped these tumor-like things. I have no idea.
They did recede a little, but it's nothing noticeable. Not the tumors, but the black and blue.
Yeah. He might have been hit with poison, with something else, and something else. I don't know. All I know is that helped a little bit. I don't know if you should get more and rub more, or I have no idea. But if it helped a little bit, it's a start.
Well, fortunately, that root is not rare in this part of our region.
Thank goodness.
So we will do that.
Okay.
But in the meantime, we will need to find a culprit and an actual cure that will work fully on the chieftain.
I agree, but just sometimes it's better and wiser to take your time before you take a single leap forward. Let's learn more about this. Let's look at the black stuff that we got. Then maybe we could see, we could figure out what it is. So
are you going to take the wooden bowl with the black stuff? And the shaman looks to you and he goes, "You have full access to my lab, as it were, if you wish."
Well, but I need your help, so you're not going anywhere.
Oh, joy.
All right. You got me up when I was drunk and I'm hungover and all this bullshit happened. So I'm trying to help you. You can stay here and help. Isn't he your chief?
And Hrimnir smiles at you, smirks at you, right? And then looks at the shaman. And he goes, he has a point.
So I grab the bowl carefully in one hand, and I'm gonna stick the wand at it just to see if I can see anything.
And as you stick the stick in there, almost like the symbiote fluid latches onto the wand and begins to actually tug on the actual wand itself. Or not the wand, but the stick that has the wand of magic detect and is trying to pull it in.
All right, I let it go.
You let it go.
Yeah.
And it starts to cover it, and then it's almost as if it's like eating it. And the black fluid begins to grow in mass. Not much, but whatever mass that it consumed.
So this isn't him? All right, I'm going to try to roll to see if I can know what this is.
You have disadvantage.
Is it attracted to magic? Or did it go for anything?
Before I do the roll, I want to eat the root. There we go. Yes.
You gonna eat the root?
Yes.
Son of a bitch. So you eat the root. Give me a con save.
Got you.
With disadvantage still.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit. See all the shit I gotta deal with? 8. Oh, here we go. And 7 altogether.
7. You eat the root, right? And Hrimnir, there's a moment where Hrimnir tries to stop you, right, from eating the whole root.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks, he's like, "Oh, you should have done that." And you're like, you're laughing. You're like, "What? It's nothing, right?" And then all of a sudden, and then are you gonna like project on the floor, straight ahead? Or
Oh
what are
my
you gonna do?
God.
Aim at the shaman,
No.
Mirthal?
Aim at the Mirthal.
I'm gonna aim at the shaman's feet.
So you aim at the shaman's feet,
But I'm
and
gonna try to make it look like I'm not aiming for him.
I'm gonna
push the shaman.
push him out the
You
way.
okay?
That's bullshit.
I'm gonna do a dex. Do you want to roll a dex save for the shaman, or do you want me to roll it because it'll be your action as the roll, or do you want me to do just the shaman for the roll, or do you want me to roll for advantage as this an aid?
You know what? Let me assist him. I'll
Okay.
give you a man. I'll give
Okay,
the shaman
give the shaman advantage. Okay,
That seems like the more reasonable.
that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Okay, natural 18. Yeah, with your push, right? He sidesteps as just everything in your stomach within the past 24 hours, not just what you ate when you were in Loria, but whatever you ate before going to bed the night prior, before you woke up, is just evacuated out. And you see like the bits of the root are in there as well, but you actually feel amazing. Like your hangover is gone, but it is like the best sensation out there. It's like when you take a hit of ginseng, something like that, right? You're feeling pretty good. So
I go to the shaman. I go, you're pretty
you
good.
still
at
got like
magic."
some
Yeah,
sick on your mouth.
I go, you're pretty good at magic, right? I'm just gonna ask the shaman. You're pretty good at magic, right?
Some.
You think you could clean that up? Because I still need you over here to help me. And unless you want to be in that, I think we should clean this up.
The shaman. Shaman. Ooh. Can't make the shaman pick up. You see the shaman takes the rag that that you gave to the guard, puts it over the vomit, which doesn't cover the whole thing, right, but covers enough. And then the rest he winds up casting prestidigitation on the rest of the sick plus the rag. So the whatever the rag is not covering essentially, and he kind of tiptoes over the rag.
So,
Because prestidigitation does clean up spoiled articles of clothing and
your job, if I can't figure out what this is, like if I don't know what this is, I need you to stay here and put that solvent every couple of minutes.
He's already gotten several not rags, but bandages, and he actually made a nice bandage over the...
I know, but he still is going to have to change it eventually.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But that's the thing. He can't keep up with the changes. Like, he puts it in the more the black crap is, ichor is coming out of the cut.
Before you do anything to that occur, let's see something.
And he's like gingerly dropping the rags in
I'll
a
take
pile.
a cloth mold out and I see if it reacts towards this or if it's only towards magic.
The black stuff?
Yeah.
In the bowl?
Mm-hmm.
And as you move towards it, it rises up a little bit. It's almost like a dog sniffing, right? It grabs onto it, and then immediately just lets go and recedes.
Okay. So it's more attracted to magic. So I have an idea.
Alright, I'm gonna roll, see if maybe I know what this is.
Give me a roll. This would be a nature roll or arcana, depending on whichever you're better with, because it's a mix of both.
Nature and Arcana +4. So.
Oh, there you go. And you don't have disadvantage.
With Arcana. Never mind. No need.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
You've never seen this in your life before, right? But from what you gathered, this is this thing. That's the best way you could describe it as, right? Does not look like something you want to trifle with, and that it is attracted to magic in some way, right? It is alive, and you can surmise that whatever is running parallel to it is alive as well, and that there might be something to do with the fungus too. Might be something, and there might be something inside those tumor-esque markings and the black and blue as well. But you've never actually seen this. This is, even with a 20, the knowledge of this. You definitely know this is not something that you have never seen before. This is something new for the books.
Okay. Now we have a problem. There's gonna be too many. We can't have too many people in here because obviously this thing loves magic. So, Shaman, unfortunately, you or somebody else who preferably does not know magic or anything has to help you, and it's only gonna be either me here or you here to help the king, the chief, because if it latches onto somebody else and then it spreads. Who knows? It might be spreading already. We don't know if he's the only one who has it. You just caught the chief. So, unfortunately, it might be just who's in this room is the people who have to do this.
And with that, we'll take a break.
Okay.
And we're back. All right. So, last we left off, you gave a proposition to the shaman saying that he would have to. You recommend that he would leave the area, if I'm not mistaken,
No.
or
It's essentially when we're out trying to find out who did this to the chief.
Right.
He has to stay there and apply the root paste.
the root paste that you have onto the wound.
Yeah.
Okay, so I misunderstood that then.
Because I don't want a lot of people working with
Right,
him
no,
just in
exact-
case if it attaches to somebody and spreads.
Exactly.
I mean, wouldn't it be more beneficial for us to pull it out at the chief?
But we don't know if pulling it all out at once kills him, and we don't know how to pull it out except for rubbing the solvent
And
the paste on
even
this
when
wound.
putting on the solvent on there, it didn't look like it actually did much.
Yeah,
it
it was-
did something, but not much.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I summon my sword.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of me the magic always send it in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Then it get drawn in and then I'll send it back.
Yeah, but you don't know if it's gonna kill the chief taking it all out at once.
Well, that's why I do it quickly and quick burst.
Uh,
I instantly summon it with my sword.
Almost like when someone has like cancer doing like radiation treatment, that type of thing.
but we instantly can't bring somebody back to life if he dies.
Yeah, no one has that type of magic.
And
right
look,
now.
he was sick and they blamed us immediately. Imagine
That is
if he
true.
dies from this.
Well, how about this? We take this bowl of this ichor into our other room.
I
remember the ichor got
Here.
bigger. The ichor grew in size as you got once that stick was fed to it.
Yeah, I don't think we should, because then we're gonna have to keep our minds in two spots. I'd rather keep everything contained, because if this thing does grow bigger than we can handle, at least we know it's contained to one area instead of us moving it.
Oh, I'm not saying we need this townhouse. I'm saying
No, just leave it in this room.
in this one room.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's essentially quarantining the chief. Everything that's in the
He's
quarantine.
patient 0 at the current
Yeah.
moment. Like, you don't know if there are other patients, but at the current moment, you think he's patient 0.
Okay.
So, I like the idea to draw it with the most magic thing out there, but we don't know, and we don't know how long this has been affecting him, because we've been here for what, 10, 20 minutes?
Well, you've been in the town longer, but
In the room.
Oh, in the room,
For
yes.
about 20 minutes.
I would say 20, 30, yeah.
And then look at all the damage that we see. We don't know how long this has been in him.
That is
So it could be through his whole body, and you pull it out, and
Is his son there?
Which one?
The youngest. The one who followed them.
No, that wasn't the youngest. That was, what do you call it? One of the young siblings. It wasn't the youngest. The youngest was...
The youngest is running and telling people that we're helping.
That you are helping and that you are innocent.
Okay.
Or not guilty, rather.
Alright.
The only one there of his lineage is Hrimnir, who has been quite stoic. Like, he hasn't said much. He's been keeping a strong demeanor. He's just been basically listening to what you have to say, and he looks very eager to do something.
Alright. Shaman, you have my other healer here. Someone who can help you?
I do have an apprentice of sorts, but he leaves much to be desired in his skills in apothecary.
I mean no offense towards you in any way with this comment. Is there anybody more skilled than you in this village?
No.
Or close by that we can get here immediately?
No. Not here. The nearest town is the town of Kingsport. It's at least a day's way, if not more. And you would have to traverse a very dangerous environment, what we refer to as Flukemire Marsh. And the inhabitants of Flukemire aren't ones that I would like to encounter or wish upon anyone, not even outsiders like yourself. No offense.
None Satan. Alright.
Is okay. Whatever you. I'm gonna go to the shop. Actually, what's his name? Grimnir.
Oh, the son?
Yeah,
Hrimnir Blackmane.
Grimnir. Is there anybody that you trust who would never betray you?
There's one name that comes to mind.
Okay, don't tell me. Don't tell him. Don't tell nobody in this room. I need you to go tell him, and then I go next to your ear so I can tell you face to face.
Okay. Okay. Oh, whispers. Reverse whispers.
Yes.
Reverse whispers.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. Dice are okay. They'll be fine. Reverse whispers.
What happened? Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, but not really. And somebody like us, like somebody who's been there, like somebody who's a part of the clan.
Okay.
But
He has
You know what I'm trying to say, right?
he has someone in mind.
Okay.
Instantly, like he has someone in mind for that.
Okay. So that's what I need you to do.
I can leave now if you want.
Yeah.
And before you have time to respond to anything, he turns on his heels almost and is already out his stride, in his stride, and you hear his heavy footfalls against the wood floor, just boom, 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 and he's just out the door.
Go ahead. I'm trying to look for something real quick.
So the shaman, he looks at that, and he's noticed that you did approach Hrimnir, and you walk past him, and you whispered something to him. Care to make us privy to what you said to young Blackmane?
Can't do it. It's not because well, How can I put it this way? It's
You-
easier. It's easier to suspect someone when not a lot of people know. Because if I told everybody in this room what I wanted him to do, if one of us, even though it's very unlikely, did this to him, now he knows what I want him to do. So they'll never find him. So it's just a revolving door, and we can't get no answers because everybody knows. And it's not. I mean, I just met this guy. You tried to fucking get us assassinated or whatever was gonna happen when I was fucking hungover.
Give him a persuasion roll.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage on this one too.
Okay.
No, that means that's the opposite of what you had before.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
take the higher one.
Oh yes. Okay. 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah.
I understand.
So
As much as I am displeased by it, I understand.
just like I'm giving you the task, I'm sure you want everybody who could heal the chief to be here. But you need to be the one to do it, because if one of your healers turns out to be the person who did this, it's for naught.
I understand.
So, damn, there was something here.
What are you looking for?
Fuck, I thought I saw something that gave me, like, if I touched it, I could have an outline of it. Like, oh my god.
I don't think so. I think you can. D&D Beyond.
I forgot what it was.
Let me take a look at your character for a second. I know you can infuse items to have magical properties. I know you can also do magical tinkering.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can record a 6-second like voicemail
Yeah,
message.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's what you do when you first met
Yep.
Mirthal. You can make objects emit odors or nonverbal sounds, static, visual effects, including up to 25 words of text. Technically, if you can't get, what do you call it? The 6-second message out, you can technically do 25 words of text.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And who says words? Who says you can't just jumble up a bunch of words to make it one word? Like a riddle or something.
Ooh. Would I be the only person to see this text, or does everybody see it?
For the sake of story purposes, I'll let you choose who can see it. But it has to be someone who you know. It can't just be some random person. It has to be someone you know who can see the text. So if you wrote a text and you only wanted Mirthal to see it, only Mirthal could see it.
Okay.
I'm kind of tweaking it and making it almost like a house rule-esque, but I think for the sake of story purposes, I think it'll function better.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, shaman, have somebody you know gather the roots that I just used. Don't tell them why you're gathering it. Just have them gather it for you so you could make it. Did you see me make this paste? It's very easy. So make more paste if you need, and then after a couple hours, I'll come and switch with you so you could take a break, and then we just want to get this thing rolling. So we're going to be gone.
He nods in approval,
Okay.
and it will be done immediately.
All right.
And so he actually leaves temporarily because he has to leave temporarily because there's no one else but him around,
Yeah.
right? So he leaves temporarily and to go and get someone to actually start collecting the root. In the meantime, while he's gone, do you guys want to speak to each other about anything, or fast forward?
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
If I do it, no, it might make the creature react.
What are you talking about?
I might be able to get into his mind to see how much of it is inside him.
I would agree if we knew more about this.
I know.
I don't want to take that chance because this is
As a DM, I like where your head's at.
like this is the chief we're talking about. Like if this was just a random guy, okay, yeah, they could get another random guy or whatever. But
Some random Joe.
I mean, to be fair, I'm sure they have a system in place to find a new leader. But
Oh,
probably
they
anyone.
definitely
Yeah,
do.
but that-
they definitely do. But
see, but that's my problem. That's what I'm thinking about. If we do this and he dies, maybe one of the kids did this to him
It would-
to try
okay,
to
so
get in power.
knowing that Hrimnir is the, and it doesn't take much to figure this out. Knowing that Hrimnir is the oldest, Hrimnir would be the one to succeed. But knowing what you know about Hrimnir, he isn't someone who wants to abdicate his freedom to sit on a throne. So,
See, me and him think alike. This is outside of the game. I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing, because what I'm going to tell you now is something I was going to tell you when we were by ourselves.
Okay.
bow chicka bow wow.
Remember the magic I used? Wait, what was he there when I used the magic for the sound to come out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember that magic I
Multiple
used?
times, Yeah.
Okay. I could do text with it.
Okay.
I want... man. There's something I want to do and leave on one of his kids. To be able to identify them. And to see if we could maybe follow them just with the text. To see if they go somewhere.
Okay.
Where to meet somebody that's, who maybe did this.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know his family like that. And I don't want to bring it up. Because if it is him, Grimjir, even though I don't think so,
He was flat off his ass with a flat.
I know, but you never know. This is, unfortunately, I'm very pessimistic about this, though. We don't know his capabilities.
You also know that there is another brother who you've yet to meet. You only know so far that Hrothgar is the youngest of the Black Manes. You don't know how many Black Manes there are, but you know of at least 3 Black Manes. You don't know all their names. You know Hrimnir, blank sibling who you've never met, and Hrothgar.
Because even though I don't want to, but I think we could excuse the younger one because he was shaking in his boots when I asked him a simple question. Unless he does a complete 180 and there's somebody else outside
Turns
the
out it's like the
situation
orphan.
we're in, I could roll him out.
Okay.
So it's that person we don't know about I want to look at.
I have a hard time trusting people,
You and me both.
but I can't see Hrothgar doing it. If he wasn't doing it, I see him doing Animal Combat.
You mean Grimjir or?
Grimjir. I'm messing up names now.
Hrimnir.
Oh, Grimnir.
Hrimnir. It's the H is H-R-I. It's H-R-I-M-N-E-R. Hrimnir Blackmane.
Okay.
So you can call him. Would you want to call him Nightwolf? Right.
Yeah.
You call him Nightwolf if you want.
I think I might have to.
Yeah, just stick with Nightwolf. Yeah, if you want to stick with Nightwolf.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Nightwolf would do Animal Combat. He wouldn't be the type to poison or.
I mean, I agree with you, but mankind's history has known that people could be a beacon of light for somebody and then turn around and he'll be the blackest of night.
Because he's this hero the city needs.
He's the hero of the city. He's the hero the city deserves, but not the one that it needs right now. He is Nightwolf. Wow, so good.
He comes out with 2 batons.
And
he comes out and he says, "Fuck Batman." No.
So, I think we should just try to find something now when we don't waste time.
Alright. Sounds like a plan.
So are you guys done discussing? Is it okay for the... Yeah. Okay, so you guys just discuss amongst yourself for a good half hour, and it takes a little bit of time. There's a bit of a 5-minute gap between that discussion until the shaman returns. He actually has 2 people with him, right? 2 younger looking individuals who look similar to his appearance. And they're flanking him on each shoulder.
Okay, let me see something, because I want to check something about that spell.
Which one?
The one where I could put the
good.
birds.
Oh, the infused magic thingy?
Yeah. Magical tinkering.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only one object, right?
It's one object. So as
Okay.
soon as you cast it on something else, that other object, I'm going to say, just dissipates.
Okay. Damn it. I got the hiccups now. God damn it.
It's all good.
Okay, so
It's the brewski.
okay, so I guess we leave now.
So you guys... Okay, so... I have gathered my 2 best pupils to assist me in taking care of the chieftain.
Okay. Did you let them know that They're gonna be here a while.
Yes, and they are more than capable. In case I were to have to leave
Okay.
for any reason.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go do our thing, and we're gonna try to find the person who did this.
Please hurry.
We will try.
And so you guys leave the town hall?
Mm-hmm.
So you leave the town hall, and as soon as you leave the town hall, the assistants plus the shaman begin to take care of the king. Or not king, but the chieftain, rather.
Okay.
So, what would you like to do?
You have any idea where to start?
Where would you go if you want to find a lot of information?
A library.
No, huh? Let me finish. But you want to find a lot of information that people might let slip up, and they don't realize they let it slip up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should go there first.
So, there are several taverns in this town, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's the Duskfall Tavern and Inn, which is where you were, right? Where you met the innkeeper's daughter, whose name I don't believe you guys got.
No, you were too missing with
Rimnir, Nightwolf, yes, with
Yeah.
Rimnir, and and helping you guys with your orders as well, and keep serving you drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was also several other taverns around too. There's actually a tavern referred to as the Nightwolf Tavern. There's also the Wolf's Den. Everything seems to be
Revolve
associated
around
wolves in particular, and you can kind of gather from this just passively that it has to do with the fact that the chieftain's family is very reminiscent of. There's this iconology of wolves associated with them. They look bestial with the wolf-esque, right, appearance, and then anything associated with that, and it has influenced the society and culture of this town, despite the fact there are other bestial individuals around.
What tavern you want to go to?
The closest one to you would be the Wolf's Den.
That's not there.
Okay.
Okay, so you enter the Wolf's Den. The Wolf's Den, it's not the best tavern. It's kind of like Bourbon Street at 2 a.m. type of look, right? And like the worst part of Bourbon Street at 2 a.m. where you see there's like a sign out there offering discounts on like pictures of ale, right? That type of thing. And there's actually like someone out there trying to grab people to come in there to drink during the day.
Oh, God.
That type of look. Not to say that happened to me when I was in New Orleans, but
Oh,
it
it
did.
happened to you,
Oh,
alright.
yeah.
It happened to you, alright.
And-
Stop lying.
Yeah, and so what happened to me and Janine, yeah, it was crazy. Some dude was just like in the streets of New Orleans, or in Bourbon Street. Dude was like, yo, we have discounts on pictures. I'm like, motherfucker, it's fucking like 10 o'clock. Get the fuck out of here.
You should have been halfway gone already. That's how we were in Vegas.
Yeah.
Have fun. Yeah, no, I'm good.
We were drunk by what, 8:30?
Yeah.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I put that life behind me.
I
I'm
mean,
good.
it was mostly because of the time change. It's like,
Oh,
yeah.
the time change.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got up. We're like, yo, it's like 9, 10 o'clock.
And then the sun was out so much, and it was 12 in the afternoon, and then
6 in the morning.
we
Perfect.
like, what in the hell?
Yeah, no, not happening. Anyway, so
Mhm.
there's that type of guy outside.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, so that, and the windows are so frosted that they are frosted with grime and dirt, and it doesn't look anyone has actually bothered to clean them. And
My
there's,
kind of spot.
yeah, it is a place of ill repute, as a wise man once said, a hive of scum and villainy.
That means the drink got a certain taste to it. Perfect.
Well, it also means that
There's a bit of a
it
sour
might be
twang
the-
to it.
It might be the one who did this.
Well, let's not assume anything.
I'm not, but I'm saying you might know.
Okay. I go sit down at the bar.
Okay, so you enter, because you have to enter it first.
Oh, I thought we were entering.
No, this is all outside. this is how. Yeah, wait till you see the inside.
Perfect.
So you enter. Who's going first?
I will.
You will. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Ho 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 ho.
So that's 18 plus 4.
Okay.
22.
God damn.
So you're fine. The guy who throws this at you has terrible aim, and it's not like he intently threw it at you. He just it was like almost like a reflex throw, or it was a reflex throw. A bottle of ale, right, just goes flying towards you and smashes against the wall next to you, which is covered in like literally it's covered in mildew, mold, and like some sort of what do you call it, moss as well, right? It has like a combination of three. And this place, I haven't gotten to that point yet. It just droops, it like drags down. It's like almost like this ale itself or this liquor has like some sort of molasses or honey base to it because it's very thick and viscous. It kind of gives you that image of the black ichor in a way.
Yummy.
And the aroma in this place, it's a sweet, pungent smell of like wet garbage left out on a hot summer day, right?
Love it.
This place, it smells bad, and the people that are here are almost mirror the appearance of this place. Like there are broken tables, chairs, just left there, like at the tables themselves. Like there's actually a chair there with 3 legs, and it's actually not even trying to balance on the good 3 legs. It's just on the bad leg.
Love it.
And the bartender who's actually keeping it is missing an ear, right? Missing an eye, right? And looks like he's missing most of his teeth as well, right? Or you can assume it could be a guy. You don't know.
Love it.
Yeah. So this place does not look good whatsoever. It is a hive of scum and villainy.
Does the fungus and all that, does it look anything?
Nope.
Okay.
It's not fungus. It's a moss.
You know what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I know. It looks nothing like
you
it.
already know.
It looks natural. The fungus that you saw growing on the cut of the chieftain did not look natural.
Are there a lot of people here?
No, there's about maybe 4 or 5 people there, not including the bartender.
I'll
Half of
follow
them,
your lead.
I would say 4/5 of them are passed out.
Yummy.
And the only one who wasn't passed out was the guy who threw something at Mirthal.
Nice.
Nice aim. I say to the guy, nice aim.
And clocks out on the table.
Yes. That sounded like me earlier today.
I was gonna say something, but I will refrain. DM Mike is mature. For the
I
most
woke
part.
up to the barkeep.
So you walk up to the barkeep. The barkeep looks at you. He's polishing a glass. What are you be having?
I'll have an ale.
We have many ale here.
Your best one.
We have many best ales.
I think he wants your most expensive one.
No.
Is he being serious? Oh, this comes out audibly.
Sure. Yeah.
2 gold
Okay.
per glass.
Okay.
Is it gonna be a yes or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So he takes out 2 glasses and he takes out this thick bottle that has it's a big bottle, and it has a bit of a rounded bottom to it, and it has it's in a nest, like in the Italian restaurants where they have like the wine bottles in the nests, right? That they wind up using for the candles later on, right? It's one of those, and he pulls the cork, and as he pulls the cork, there's a distinct sound to it, and as he pours it in, it doesn't necessarily just pour into your glass. There's like a schlop, and then it pours, and then he does the same thing, but this time it's poured more. So whoever has the schlop in it, have fun. That's all I'm gonna say. And he corks it, puts his hand out, waiting for the gold.
I'll take the one without this one.
No, before he does that, I'm gonna try to switch it.
Sleight
my
of
side,
hand.
yep.
Sleight of hand, Jack.
Yep. 17.
17. Roll. Perception roll.
I would say I'm thinking that one.
Let's see. Natural 20.
No, 14.
14 plus.
I think it's 1.
Might have a roll off here.
And yeah, it's a 1, so that's 15.
Ooh, close. So you don't notice as he quickly swaps the glass that you reach for. You've already instinctively reached for it, so you're not even looking anymore.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I got this one, right? Like, not it, right? Grab it. And he swaps it without even you realizing it, and he grabs the one without the schlop, and you have the schlop. Guy still has his hand out.
All right, I give him 4 gold pieces.
You're gonna pay for the whole drink?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you 4 gold. I'll deduct that later.
Okay.
and he puts it away.
Now, if you need anything, I'll be here.
A quick question before you leave. Besides us two, has anything weird been around in this tavern? Has anybody weird came here, or has any weird things been happening around here?
He looks at you. Looks around the bar.
You're gonna have to be a bit more precise.
Okay,
With weird.
Where people aren't passing out, throwing bottles and stuff. Like, just people doing regular things.
You're gonna have to be more specific about regular.
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. I have to answer this important text message.
So,
What are you doing, Mirthal?
Yeah, take over real quick.
I'm gonna look around. Is there anybody who looks like they're actually awake? That might be the type to deal with information.
Are you asking that, or?
I'm actually trying to use my background here.
Okay.
So let me switch to it because certain party members do not know my background.
So what's your background? So we say. Okay.
Yeah.
While he's doing that,
Yeah.
I want to look around.
Okay, give me a perception roll.
Gotcha.
Well, you're not in the.
And there's a moment, right? Give me an insight roll with advantage.
13.
13.
That's a 12 or 8.
Natural 20.
Nope. So So, that's a -1, so, 11?
11.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to detect, but you do pick up on there is a. It seems like he's based off your background plus your role, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which gives you a big boost, right? You're able to see that the almost like the slack-jawedness to his answers to you might be a feign of some kind potentially, because it seems like he's actually putting effort into it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't realize this, Astraios, but you do. And before I answer his question, what you see around you, right, is what you've seen in the worst parts of your hometown, right, of your home city, wherever you resided previously before awakening in Loria, right? What you see here seems like a set of some kind. Like it's staged in some way. Like it looks grimy, but it looks grimy because someone wanted it to look grimy. That's what you see from here. But going back to you, Mirthal.
You're not actually in the right place to be asking those questions.
So how about we move along in the right place?
And give him a persuasion roll. What are you doing, Astraios?
Was all this stuff just added? All this grime, gunk.
Are
and
you
all
actually natural 20? Nice. Oh, what do you? I love when players get good rolls so I can reveal more story stuff. It kills me as a DM whenever they don't, and I'm like, there's so much I want to tell you.
I'm actually asking. Was
DM
any of this
or-
added? No, I'm adding
To
I'm
him?
asking to him. Was any of this added recently, or is this natural build up?
I don't know what type of roll. Give me a persuasion roll too, but give me advantage because he got a natural 20.
Oh god. 16.
Okay.
I guess the ruse is not needed anymore.
And you see, he fixes his jaw, and there's a slight moment where his appearance changes and shifts, and he no longer looks the bestial form, like the furred bestial. He starts to actually resemble that of a reptile of some kind, right? You don't know what.
Well, now, it's been a while since I've had to do that, but I guess you've been a while since I've had someone smart enough to pick up on it. Now, to answer your question, not feared, and I apologize. I just have to keep up the ruse. No offense to your people.
He takes out a gold coin, right? But it's not a normal gold coin. It has a certain image printed on it. And he looks at you.
My handiwork's pretty good, don't you think?
No.
He looks at you. His smile just goes. He goes back to Mirthal.
What is the symbol?
So,
Well, the coin itself actually is. It's a symbol you recognize before.
Okay.
It's the symbol of a wolf with a moon in its jaw.
well, you see, bring that to the Desk Fall Tavern and Inn, and hand it to that pretty little innkeep's daughter. She'll take care of you.
Understood.
Now, you be having a drink, or was that just to sweet me up?
No. I'll have a drink with you.
And you see he pours the same bottle, and he hands you back the 4 gold coins.
No.
This one's on the house.
I give him 2.
He hands it back.
Okay. Listen.
You're gonna be needing that.
I'm
No.
sure we shall.
No disrespect. Just try a little harder, because maybe there might be a person who doesn't have to be as smart as me. I don't claim to be smart. But if he doesn't get inebriated like these guys when they fall asleep, they might be able to tell they have a ruse going on.
He goes, who isn't to say that they're not in on it?
And you see he looks at the guy who was mumbling and threw something at Mirthal, and he actually raises his head and just smiles at you, and then puts his head back down. Like a turtle coming out of its shell and then going back in.
I am impressed.
Well then, thank you.
I take a drink. I
And he
chug it down in one
takes
shot.
down. It is vile. It is worse than what you drank with Rimnir last night,
Oh,
right?
God.
Not in potency, but in taste and the feeling of it, right? What Rimnir gave you was potent and felt bad. This just and taste bad. This just tastes really bad, but isn't potent. It's like maybe like 4% ABV,
Okay.
right? There's not much to it, like drink wise. But what you do drink is nasty. You drink the heavy stuff, right?
Yeah.
The slosh, as it were. And the slosh you drank, you feel it go down your throat. It feels like you swallowed a bloated leech, like a leech that is full of blood and like has engorged on somebody, and just like as if it was like slithering down your throat and settles in your stomach in a very heavy way.
So how'd the drink taste?
It had me. Where did I have it right?
Good. Don't ever use this spell on me again without asking me first.
Understood.
Ooh, drama. Anyway,
Listen, it was gonna be a lot worse what I was gonna do to him. It was gonna be a lot worse, but I toned it down
and
for a
roll
little
new
bit.
character.
Now, if you gentlemen don't mind, you're more than welcome to stay, but I get the feeling you want to hurry on getting to using that cord.
I think so. Thank you.
I'll see you later.
Pleasures. Oh, my.
You see he flicks his snake tongue a little bit, and then he reverts back to that bestial look and that slack-jawed physical appearance.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing?
Well, we take the little trip.
Okay.
Well, and put it up for us.
Tavern and inn.
While we're walking, I'm gonna tell him. You think there might be more people like him there?
Definitely.
He might be a suspect. Even though he's a keep, he's able to change his appearance. Who says he hasn't changed his appearance to somebody that the chief knows and he was able to get close?
And that's what we're about to find out.
So you head to the Dustfall Tavern Inn.
Yes.
You notice along the way, right? Don't have to do any perception rolls because it was blaringly obvious that there was a big disdain for you guys this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Attitudes have changed, but they're not good, but they are better than what they were this morning. They're pretty much what they were when you guys first arrived. Like they are still suspicious. Like, I want these outsiders out as much as possible. Like, if helping the chief gets them out of here ASAP, I want them out of here ASAP. That type of appearance is what they're giving, right?
Nothing I'm not used to.
And so you guys reach the Dustfall Tavern and Inn, and outside waiting is a very familiar face. Wolf tattoo with the moon in its jaws. Grimnir Blackmane.
Oh. Hello.
Well, it took you guys some time.
How to take care of a few things.
Not a lot. Not all things appear as they seem to be.
He looks at you. Care to explain?
The tavern we just came from.
Later, we'll
Which?
talk about that. But right now, that's not important. We have to find out about your dad.
Agreed. And I took care of that little errand.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So where are we off to?
To see your friend.
Ooh, friend.
The barmaid's daughter.
The innkeep's daughter.
Innkeep's daughter. I apologize.
Oh. Give me an insight roll. Or a perception roll, sorry. Well, no, insight.
Got you. Hold on. 18.
Nice. Plus?
Oh, no, 17 plus 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all the numbers I tell you are going to be...
Hey,
everything
okay,
added
it's
up.
already getting added? Okay,
Uh-huh.
that saves us time. So, you notice, as he says that, there is a look of why you need to speak to her? There's a bit of reluctance of like, wait a second, what? Why her of all people? That type of thing.
Well, he didn't ask me, so he
Well,
would
you
not
did
know.
the insight roll, so
Mhm.
he hasn't said anything, but there's like a bit of reluctance. He's like, all right.
Show him the coin.
His eyes widen as you show the coin.
Mhm.
Right this way. And you put it back. He opens the door for you guys.
Okay. I enter.
So you enter.
Mhm.
What about you?
I enter.
And then he follows right behind you. May I have that coin?
If I give it to her, my friend. See, if I give it to her, we have business to continue.
All right. Give me a persuasion roll, actually.
Mm-hmm. That's not that high.
Oh, excuse me.
That's a 5 total.
5 total. I would prefer if you gave me the coin.
Why is it so important when you own it?
He cups his
I know
hand
it's the same
under the
mark.
tattoo. Yeah, that's all he does
Yeah.
with his hand out. You hand it to him?
Yeah.
Wait.
You're right.
Or were you
I
gonna do?
understand it's okay, but we need it for something else.
In
He-
which he's a part of.
I understand. But we were told to give it to this girl.
Yes.
We were told, not him. It's nothing against you. We were just told to do something, so I want us to do it, not you, because it can have a different influence than compared to us. It's the only reason why. I have nothing against you having this coin, but we were told to do it for a reason. And I think the reason is because we're not you guys. We're outsiders. So I think this is going to portray differently upon us finding an answer compared to how you find an answer.
Persuasion with advantage.
Damn, I should be a lawyer and shit. What's your roll? 6.
6? Damn.
you being outsiders actually hampers or dampers your situation.
There's a reason why I got that coin, though.
Chances are you went to the wolf's den, spoke to the barkeep, and then you see there's a moment where Hrimnir just mimics what the innkeep did with his tongue. His tongue isn't snake or forked tongue, but he does that.
So then you understand what I'm about.
I understand, and you're about to learn a lot.
That's
And
fine.
so, you guys are good. He goes towards where the barkeep is. Not the barkeep, the innkeeper's daughter, who's serving the bar. It's a complete different appearance from the Wolf's Den, right? The Wolf's Den was like a place of ill repute, right? The finest place of ill repute, as it were. The Dustfall Tavern and Inn in the morning kind of resembles that of a local town diner, right? There are actually people there with their kids, right? Having breakfast, right? And, there are some people who are, nursing a early drink, as it were, right? It's happy hour somewhere. But compared to the Wolf's Den, it is a night and day comparison.
Do you think there's time to eat? I'm starving.
No.
Are you saying this loud enough for Hrimnir to hear it?
Yeah.
Oh. Breakfast will be tied towards this.
Yes.
And so...
That root left nothing.
It did. It purged you in every way. And so, if you made that Constitution save, it would have been great. But you did it. But it was more comical. Anyway, so he leads you to the innkeeper's daughter, and he flags her over. He says, "Anya, we have to talk." And drops the coin right on the table, and you immediately see her eyes widen, and she looks at both of you, and she looks at Hrimnir, and then she looks back at you guys, then back at Hrimnir one more time. I knew this shit would come back to bite me. We need to talk. Fine. And so she takes the gold coin, and she begins to head towards the back, and Hrimnir begins to follow her. What do you guys do?
Follow.
You follow Hrimnir. Are you going to follow?
Yeah, hold on. Give me 1 second.
Uh-oh. Magical tinkering?
Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Because I do magical tinkering on my hand. And I show it to Nightwolf, and it says, "Are you sure? Are you sure she is 100% trustworthy?"
He looks back at you, right? Without hesitation. She's who I spoke to when you asked me to speak to somebody.
And I go like that, and the words just disappear from my
Go
hand.
away. Gotcha. And so, for lore reasons, you'll find out why maybe he trusts Anya so much, but
Gotcha.
you have to discover that later.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Depends on if you ask the right questions and get the right rolls. And so, Damien, you might not want to roll for that. I'm just kidding.
I know. Son
No.
of a bitch.
So they lead you to the back, and then you see Anya opens up a cellar door. This way, please. And you see Hrimnir goes without even hesitating.
Okay.
Yeah, I go right one down.
Yeah, I'll follow.
And she closes. No, I'm just kidding. So she actually starts going behind you and then closes it. Right as she closes it, you see she puts her hand out, and you see globules of light just pop out of her hand, and they're floating around you guys, illuminating. And as it's illuminating around you, you begin to see certain iconography carved into the wall itself. Right, and you see. It's almost as if reading Stations of the Cross, right, where it's telling the story of Christ being crucified and all that. It tells the story of. It begins with what looks like a wolf, right? Its feminine features exaggerated, right, in a way to present that this is a feminine wolf. And knowing what you know about Hrimnir, you can tell that this very well could be the wolf mother he might have mentioned, right? And you notice that there are tears coming from the eyes of the wolf mother, right?
And then the next panel is, again, the tears again, just the tears themselves. Next panel is just this ball, right? Next panel is basically like a landmass, right? And the next panel is actually a ball, but it looks like there are certain landmasses actually carved out. Then the next one, right, is the wolf mother, like essentially this wolf figure, right, on actually watching over this this thing that you can assume could very well be like a globe of some kind or a world of some kind. And it continues, this iconography continues for a while, right? And you seem that it's telling some sort of origin story of some kind, of maybe a creationist myth or something affiliated with whatever religion possibly that could be, one that dominates this town or potentially the Blackmane family, right? And she guides you down this hallway, and then you come across this grand altar, right? And at the grand altar, you see what looks like a wolf curled up, right, in this mural, and it has swords and spears sticking out of it, right? And then you see this other wolf, which again you immediately recognize as the potentially could be the wolf mother, right? Tears flowing through it, and it over the wolf itself, the wolf that is down on the ground with swords and spears.
Oh my god! What does that remind you of? What does that scene remind you of? This is out of the game. Final Fantasy 7.
Wait, what?
Final Fantasy 7 with the wolf with Red 13's father.
I don't remember this. That I don't
in
remember.
Cosmo Canyon, you have to go through and battle the demon or something.
See, this is where like I
And-
played that game when I was like maybe like
yeah,
8, maybe.
and because he hated his
7?
father because he thought his father ran away, but his father
Right.
protected everybody, and he was turned to stone, and he had spears and all that in his body.
Okay, so this is this was the wolf's on its like side, like if it was like hunted or stabbed or something, you know,
Yeah.
that's what it's going on. But wow,
But what made it crazy is because when he finally accepted that he could love his father and all that,
The
tears came out from the statue.
this is why I gotta replay Final Fantasy 7 when it comes out. Yeah, it's been a while since I
When
played.
you said the tears, I was like, "Holy shit!" That reminded me.
I know.
I got goosebumps and shit. I was like,
I've been thinking the whole
See,
time.
again, it's
But
let's
I
see.
know where you're drawing from too. So
Yeah, there's multiple influences. I'm drawing primarily from Norse mythology in a way, but that's getting spoiler territory. So
that was sick. That was sick.
But yeah, that's what you see. You see that iconography. It's this other wolf. You can't see the face of this wolf right too well, but you just see it's curled up in like a fetal position with swords and spears sticking out of it, and this other wolf where its feminine features are prominent, and it's crying over this wolf. And then in between, and then what you see underneath it is this orb essentially with like the land masses drawn on it, essentially, or what you can perceive as land masses of some kind, assuming that it might be some sort of world of some kind.
Did these
underneath.
wolves protect the world?
Are you asking that out loud?
Yes. Like, because I'm in such awe. I just asked out loud because I'm like, I'm stunned to see these figures. Did these wolves protect the world?
It's a long story. It's the story of the wolf mother and her mate.
Wow. I'm like in awe. I'm just like,
What about you, Mirthal?
definitely taking it all in. It immediately reminds him of his weapon.
Of his weapon? Okay.
I just,
So
I-
he's wondering if there's a connection between that and the nightmare.
Are you gonna ask that, or
Is that what my weapon reminds you of?
It does. It's a tragic story.
I'm just such in awe. I go to touch the wolf because I'm like in awe of it. Like I've never seen.
and they
anything
don't
like that.
they don't stop you. They allow there's actually a look, and you don't have to roll for this. It's because they make it abundantly obvious. There is a sense of glee that someone actually finds it so interesting to actually touch it.
I was like, I'm sorry. It's just the Cosmo Canyon song. It's just on repeat in my
You know what?
head.
I'll email Square. Hey, by the way, I inadvertently did this thing. Can I borrow Cosmo Canyon from the soundtrack of FF7? That's it.
That's all we need. Just Cosmo Canyon.
That's it. That's all I need, just for this brief moment of describing everything.
Oh my god, that was so sick. Oh Oh, I'm sorry. I like literally flustered. I don't know what to think right now. Like I had the thoughts in my head, but now I'm all messed up.
Shit, man. This is what happens when I just inadvertently do shit.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, true.
You're gonna have to take over because I'm all lost right now. Like,
And
You look at them,
and
you see he puts an arm around her.
I remain for like not. Continue, my friend.
What would you like to know?
Who do you have any idea what that disease is? That thing that afflicts the father.
We don't. But us plus several others assure that the truth is always revealed. Because that's all we care about. The truth.
Understood. How is there anything in this village or anyone who has ever been afflicted by something like this?
No. The only thing close to resembling this thing, or at least what I've seen that you've presented to me, would be back where I found you two.
You think it was the trophies?
No. No.
do you think there was something worse there?
There had to have been. The things that came out of that place, by who owned that place. If you only knew. If only we knew.
We might have to head back there
It might be from there. You're right.
just to get clues, just to see if we could see something that we didn't see when we were there.
We can. We'd have to lead as soon as possible.
Yeah, we don't know how long the father is gonna hold up.
Yeah.
But there is something else I do need to ask you.
Yes.
Yeah, materialized a weapon. You told me a little bit what it meant to you. What did you know of it?
And so he reaches out, clasps his hand over yours, and seems to pull it as if he wants to pull the blade away from you.
I'll allow it.
You allow it. He grabs your blade, right? And he pulls it away, and it's heavy, so he winds up having to use two hands for it, right? Which you normally have to do because it is a great
Yeah,
sword,
of course.
right? And he breathes in, and then he winds up flipping it over, and then he stabs the altar that's in front of the mural, right? And it fits almost like a perfectly
Like
made
King Arthur's
key.
sword?
Yeah, exactly. Into there,
Mm-hmm.
and then let's go.
And I'll go and inspect it. Did anything change?
No, nothing
Is
changed about the
anything
blade.
reacting?
No.
So this has to do with the Night Mother and her mate? I asked him, this has to do with the Night Mother and her mate?
It does.
And you see Anya puts a hand on his back, right?
Are they related to you?
They say that the Black Mane family, their progenitors, as it were, originated from the Night Mother and her Night Wolf. Well, the Night Mother and her mate. Sorry, the Wolf Mother and her mate. There we go. Gotta get my lore correct. The Wolf Mother and her mate, and that when he passed, she took this form. And when he says this form, he doesn't mean like his appearance.
No.
He means the bestial humanoid form.
And from his remains, made a weapon.
So you don't know if she's dead or not?
The Wolf Mother can't be dead.
So this might mean that weapon.
It isn't. If it were, well, if it were, there would have been a response to the altar. Or so
The
legend goes.
Alright. But it has something to do with it. It called to me one day. That's how I found it. It had something to do with some great battle.
Maybe. Maybe you're the one that'll be able to help me find it.
Maybe so. And I wave my hand and dismiss the sword.
So the sword just apparates, just disapparates into the air.
Mm-hmm.
Any size.
I'm sorry, but I need it where I can call upon it.
Understood.
More about lore later. We need to go to this place
Yeah.
as soon as possible.
Is there anybody who would have it runs against a bar would pull some trickery like this?
Grudges, I mean, yeah, if he were to die, I would. I would have to take the seat, but I would, as soon as that would happen, I would just grab Anya and leave. I don't care. I don't want it. And then after that, it would be my brother, and then after him, Rothgar.
Does your brother want it?
He doesn't want me to have it, and I don't want it, so we shouldn't have any grievances, but yet he seems to always be, display some sort of animosity towards me.
Any legends about creatures such as was in the bar?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
While you two are talking,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to Anya.
Yes. So while we're conversing.
I'm gonna pull her aside,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna talk to her. I was like, I need you to do something for me.
What?
Actually, two things. I want you to keep an eye out, even though I know what has been told of you for you to do. There's three people I need you to keep an eye on: the shaman and his two assistants, if you can.
I
And
can. I can make the excuse of bringing them their meals.
Don't tell Nightwolf I told you.
Okay. Give her a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
14.
Okay.
But-
Why?
I understand the look, but it's the same thing I told him. If everybody knows, like the plan I want to do,
Mm-hmm.
then there's a chance somebody could sabotage it. I told you because the only two people who are gonna know what I told you is me and you. So if it doesn't happen, one of us is it.
Okay.
Trust me, I don't like all the secrecy and stuff like that, but we have to play shadow games with people because we don't know.
Fine. She looks displeased about
Mhm.
doing this, but she seems like she's a willful participant in this, as displeased as she is. And it comes off the expectation that she doesn't seem like to keep things from him in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it was anyone else, she would probably be okay with it. But the fact that it's him, there's a bit of disdain to it.
I get I'm asking you for something that's very hard for you to do, just from your look and feel of me asking you to do this, but it's something that needs to be done because we just don't know.
Fine.
Thank you.
Okay, so we return to the convo. Are you asking him anything else? Nightwolf, anything else? I'm going to put that in his character sheet, by the way.
That's all I can think of in this. Anything you can think of that might help Lieutenant's endeavor against your creature?
This is all alien to me. I don't even know where to begin. Just that house, that thing, that place, rather. There has to be something tied towards it. It's a alien place, and this is an alien ailment.
I know where we could begin. I'm gonna need you to get me more of that route, because if we're going back and that thing is there, if any one of us get cut, I'd rather have that on the ready to try to stop it from spreading before it gets too late.
You see, he takes his satchel, right, that he has on his side, and he opens it, and the satchel is just filled with that root.
All right, I'll grab 2.
So you grab 2. You take 2.
And
he just instinctually looks at you with the satchel open.
I'll take 2 as
So
well.
you take 2 more. So
I'm gonna make
Thank you.
the paste. I'm gonna make the paste.
and from that you gather, he probably spent a lot of night chewing on that root the next morning after the nights that you've seen him drink. So.
I'm having memories. Like I shudder when I'm making this paste because I have memories of what happened with this root.
Okay.
Losing like 45 pounds worth of food.
Yeah, you lost
liquid.
everything,
Yeah.
as it were.
So. All right. What are we doing now?
You let me know when you want to head back, and we'll go.
I think we should go now.
No,
Okay.
no point in wasting time.
Agreed.
And so, you guys leave the cellar, right? And Krimnir tells you guys to meet him at the stables. And as he says goodbye to Anya, right? Because he's going to be accompanying you. And you arrive at the stables. Do you want to converse with each other before he arrives, or
I don't have anything to say.
just fast forward?
Yeah.
Okay, so we fast forward. Krimnir winds up appearing, and he winds up going into the stables. He greets both of you, and he winds up pulling 3 big dire wolves, right? One jet black, right? The other 2 gray, right? And he gives you 2 of the gray ones, and he gets onto the jet black one, and he looks at you, smirks, and then he slaps the reins against the beast and just rides off towards the house.
I try do the same.
Give me an animal handling.
I go, here we go, and I do the same thing. So
Animal handling, yeah.
Come on, man. It was on 17, and then it. 4.
It's okay.
Huh?
7.
7.
Oh my God.
You slap, but there's something wrong. You're not doing it right. Like, you're like, what's going on? And then as you slap, you also, both of you, kick the beast at the same time, and then it jerks up and then rides, catching you off guard just a little bit, but not enough to almost fall off. But you guys are fine, and you guys just start to ride. You're about like 15 seconds behind him, essentially.
Okay.
And you guys are riding through the woods, and he's not
Slowly.
slowing down. Like, he wants to hurry to this place. You guys want to do anything? Like,
I'm gonna try and keep
Oh
up.
yeah,
Keep
word.
up.
I was just trying to go.
okay.
and keep up.
We'll do a roll off for this stuff then. Give me animal handling checks.
10.
15.
15. You start to catch up a little bit. You're like right at his heels. You're at his heels, essentially.
Okay.
Right? We'll keep rolling.
13.
13.
1.
1. You actually lose speed, and then you actually catch up to him.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do a couple more rolls.
Wow. A 1.
Wow, what?
14.
Yeah.
14?
I have a
You
bottom
actually
one.
start to take the lead. Not by much, but you start to take the lead.
Keep up.
You're behind.
Okay.
As a little, I'm
And that
goading.
points to 15.
15? Okay.
I'm goading him a little bit. I'm like, keep up, and then let's see what I roll now.
What'd you roll?
Natural 1.
Natural 1? His was a natural
Every
19.
different rolling, you motherfucker.
So,
Everywhere.
as you go, he slaps the reins, right? And his wolf literally finds purchase on a like overgrown bit of root and leaps into the air above you, right? And literally by like 15, 20 feet, like is a front lands like a resounding boom, right? And just starts just striding towards the house, which is starting to where it was. So where it was begins to come into view, and I say was for a very good reason. So Mirthal's the last one to arrive. We get there by a good 5 minutes before he does, you know, based off the rolls, you know, pretty much. And he winds up getting there, and where the house was is just rubble. and Hrimnir's eyes are widened, jaws slacked.
What madness is this?
Oh boy.
Oh no. What? What could have done this?
I move forward to try and get a closer look.
Give me an investigation roll.
I can do that.
You want to investigate too?
Hell yeah.
8.
8.
Wait, really? Oh yeah, that's right. Duh, stupid. Sorry.
So stupid.
You know what's funny? His total is almost my
Proficiency.
proficiency.
That's great. That's good. That means you should have a positive roll as long as you roll something like
10.
10. Okay, so you know something brought the house down, but in conjunction with that, you guys, it takes a little while to do, like a good 15-20 minutes. But it looked like something destroyed the house, or manor rather, from within. It was almost like as if there was like you do see like scorch marks of some kind, like some sort of controlled explosion of some kind, had from within made it collapse in on itself.
I thought this wasn't used anymore. Why would somebody have the need to blow it up?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Where the rumble is, like where it collapsed on itself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. How thick is it? Is it like remove enough that we can make an opening?
Oh, I mean, if you want, you can sift through it. I would say give me athletic rolls if you want to start like moving debris to see how quick you guys move. With Hrimnir helping you.
Yeah. How about I assist him and he?
Oh, with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, because my athletics is
Okay,
0.
so he got a natural 17
God.
plus 5, so 22.
Nice.
Hrimnir's a build dude. With your assistance, he actually moves some of the rubble, right? And you begin to notice that this place was seemingly a lot bigger on the outside than it was inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like, from what you noticed, like where you were, right, and where you awoke, doesn't seem to be here. The only the only rubble that's here are of the main foyer area where you fought that winged beast.
Interesting.
I touch a piece of rock,
Mm-hmm.
and I use magical tinkering to see, like, if I could see any magic resonating or left over.
Magic infusion.
Yeah, magic infusion.
Okay,
I
so
say
that's the second one you've
yeah.
used. I think you have what, 3 or 4 a day. 3. So you've already used 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you use 2, and you make the magic detect. There isn't any magic. There isn't any major magic. There is magic residual left. Yeah, there's like a residue that's left, not actual magic itself. That seems to be on the borders of the rubble.
Why would there be magic on the outside of this place when it wasn't even used for so long? Why would they need to have a need to use magic if it wasn't in use?
Maybe the original creator had it left over. Supposedly made all kinds of creations and deals here.
Yeah, well, when was the last time he was here?
I haven't the slightest idea.
So it was essentially.
Hundreds, maybe thousands of years. No one knows.
Would
At least no one.
magic really be left for that long?
If it was used enough in one of those cases, it could be.
But it's not. Looks like it's a barrier for the whole castle.
I have no clue.
Unless when we got here, somebody was here
Possible.
in the shadows, and then when we came, they realized this is our way back.
I hope not.
I'd hope not either, but I don't know what else to come up with.
Let's try and find a way in. That's the best we could do.
What we're in the middle of the rubble. I mean,
Then we're lower levels in this place.
we could try.
So you're investigating for a lower level
Yeah.
area. I can immediately just. You don't need to roll for this. There is no, despite there being perceptually a lower level in the past, there is no lower level. Like I said, all that is left is this foyer, or what was left of this foyer, and that there is some sort of magical residue, or that you could detect around the border of this place.
Your father and his hunting party, where were they waiting for us originally? They didn't to say they were at a watering hole by here?
No, they were waiting behind me. They were waiting right outside the forest, or within the forest rather.
Is there something in the forest maybe then?
Nothing that I'm aware of.
Damn, I'm trying to think. Now you got me in for a loop. I'm trying to think. Damn, it's dead silence.
Because nobody knows what to do.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see. What do you guys want to do? Come on.
We're gonna have to head back. There's no way to find out what happened here.
I need you guys to give me perception rolls.
30, 20.
Dirty 20 or natural 20?
30, 20.
Dirty 20?
11.
11. You hear like shifting stone.
I immediately summon my weapon and aim it towards that area.
Okay. So you summon your sword. There's that howl, right? And everyone hears it. And then there's another shift of stone. And then another shift of stone. And then another shift of stone.
Show yourself.
And as you say that, 3 familiar sights that you've seen before emerge out of the rubble, covered, their wings tattered and torn, but still functional. And I need everyone to roll for initiative. Okay. Okay. 13.
7.
10.
Wow, damn! I gotta see what these guys roll for initiative. Natural 1, so don't have to worry about that.
Wow, that's so bad.
So, natural 1 for their initiative. Hrimnir goes first, you go second, and then you go third.
No,
Okay, wait.
you got
It's
higher
the
than
other
me.
way,
Well, okay, so you go second, and
It's
then you
fine,
go
it's the
third.
same for us.
Okay. So, Hrimnir's gonna see this, and he uses his bonus action to split his double-bladed scimitar and make it into 2 separate scimitars. And he begins to approach one of these beasts with all of his movement, and he gives an attack roll. Natural 19, that hits. Need him to roll a d6. That is a 4 plus his modifier, so that is 4 plus 5. So you see he takes one scimitar and he just cuts along this thing's chest, and this thing just gashed, and it lets out a scream that pierces your ears. It's as if someone takes nails along the chalkboard but puts a mic to it at the same time, and then there's feedback off of it too. And that is all he's going to do, because he uses bonus action and then he uses movement and his attack. Go.
I immediately... At one of them... How far away are they?
They're not far. I mean, it was 30 feet away from him. He was further away from you guys, so I would say maybe just 15. Maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna run up to
Okay,
the
so
one
you
that
move
he's
15 feet
fighting.
of movement.
Yeah, I'm
Which
gonna-
one? There are 3 of them.
To the one that he's fighting.
That he fought. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bonus. Well, the carry if I hit. I take a swing with the great sword.
Okay. Give me a roll.
and towards it.
Give me a roll. Keep rolling.
And that is... That's probably a miss. 12?
12?
Yeah,
Oh, 12 in total?
12 and 12.
That misses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you swing, you actually wind up missing this thing entirely, and you almost actually hit Hrimnir when you do it, and you wind up smacking the blade against the stone. It almost gets caught, and you lift it right back up. What else are you doing?
And that's actually gonna be the end of my turn.
That's the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm gonna take my crossbow out,
Okay.
and I'm gonna aim it at not the one they're fighting. I'm gonna aim at the second one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
One in the
attack.
middle or the one on the left?
The one in the middle.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack. 17.
You
total?
hit.
Okay. D8. Of course. 3 points of damage.
3 points. That's it in total.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wind up aiming, and you wind up knocking the arrow or bolt. Is it a crossbow?
Yeah.
Right. The bolt in your crossbow, and you release it, squeezing the trigger, and it flies and it strikes this thing in the throat. This What else are you doing?
I'm gonna, I guess, reload my bow, and that's it.
Okay. So you spend a bonus action reloading your bow, and that's it. Now it's these things' turn. The next one is going. The first one is going to attack Hrimnir, or try to grapple Hrimnir. Okay. -1 for its strength, so that's 13. Let's see. Hrimnir, make a roll. Okay. Hrimnir is able to resist the grapple. You see this thing try to grab him and fly off, but Hrimnir winds up just grabbing its legs and squeezing them hard enough to cause this thing pain, and it lets go, dropping him back down onto the ground. This thing tried to fly up. Let's see. It's going to try to claw at him instead, realizing it hasn't been successful. Not quite. Natural 10 plus. Let's take a look. Ooh, no. Misses. Just misses. You see, as it tries to claw it back at him with its back legs, or its hind legs, it almost actually grazes upon him, scratching his chest a little bit, but not enough to do damage. The next one, having been struck by Astraios, is going to use its movement to fly towards you. It's going to attack you. That's a natural 1. First attack completely misses. This one's going to try to grapple you, realizing its attack failed. 13. Give me a athletics roll. 12. So athletics roll. Give me a roll. You have to beat the 12.
Come on, dice. 8.
8. This thing grabs you, right, and actually begins to fly with its movement speed. So it was about 15 feet away from you, has 60 feet of movement, so it flies 40 feet up in the air. I'll say because of your weight, it only flies about 20 feet in the air. 25. Yeah, 20 feet in the air.
So mad. Well, okay.
Yeah. And this third one is going to wind up going after Mr. Mirthal. 9.
That misses.
Misses? It's going to try to grapple you. You have to beat a 2. So don't
That
roll.
might be a problem.
Don't roll on.
And that's
Oh.
13.
Oh, so this thing tries to grapple you, and you wind up actually slashing at it with your sword, actually cutting off one of its feet, and it's actually kind of like flying, like it doesn't do any damage. Actually, give me 1d4 damage, actually.
That is a 4.
4, you do 4 points of slashing damage against this thing, cutting off its foot, and it's like flying, like like oblongly, trying to get balance now that one of its feet have been cut off, essentially, or talons rather, has been cut off. It's having difficulty balancing itself. Yeah, that's its turn. Now it's back to Hrimnir. Hrimnir, realizing that you've been grappled, is going to take out one of his javelins.
Natural 20.
Well, natural 19. Okay.
Oh.
And he takes it, and he winds up throwing his javelin and right through the wing of this creature, cutting a hole right through it. Where's my dice? 4 plus. 4 plus 5, so it does 9 points of damage at this thing's wing. I'm gonna have this thing do a strength check. See if we can maintain it. You are so lucky. Roll the natural 1, and so it drops you from 20 feet in the air. Is that enough to take a lot of damage or no? What's the? I forgot what the rate is.
I think like every 10 feet.
Every 10 feet, take 1d4, right?
D6.
D6. Take 2d6 points of bludgeoning damage. I'll let you roll for it.
That's a 1. And a 5.
5. So you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall. You are prone on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
but Hrimnir has saved you because it went right through the thing's wing. And he takes another javelin throw, and he throws it again at this thing, aiming for its jugular. That's a natural 18 plus 5. That's 20. Oh, 23. And he's going to do another d6. Ooh, this one's not as good. It's a 1 plus a 5, so 6 points of damage as this javelin just goes right through this, again, right through the wing again. This creature actually winds up falling down to the ground and is now flightless. It cannot fly, so one of them is actually grounded. That is his turn. Your turn, Mirthal.
I look at the creature in front of me, and I hold my great sword horizontally with both hands, and the wolf's eye that how I want to help glows.
Okay.
And I need it to make a wisdom saving throw. I'm
Okay.
casting Mind Spike.
Okay. Mind Spike. I like that spell. Wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
What's
sir.
the DC?
13.
12. Wow. Fucking close. So it takes what? 2d4?
3d8.
3d8? Okay.
Damn.
What am I thinking? That does d4 damage. That's a mind spell. Mine's
So non-psychic damage.
9 psychic damage.
Yeah.
So it's the one that Hrimnir attacked earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it does 9 points of psychic damage onto this thing. And you see its head, it actually reaches for its head and it starts screaming in that shrill shriek that you had heard earlier.
And on that note, that's gonna be all I do actually.
That's all you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
For now.
Your turn, my friend.
Well, I'm gonna want to get up. So I get up.
You get up. That uses about half your movement speed.
Okay. I go, you motherfucker, and I shoot a firebolt at it.
Okay. Give me a roll.
You motherfucker, 11.
11. You don't hit. You wind up pulling your hand out, and you shoot it, and it whiffs, almost hitting Mirthal in the process, and it whiffs right past him and smacks into the wall behind him. Or not the wall behind him, but the rubble behind him.
Sorry.
Actually, wow, we got dark quick.
And I'll move towards Nightwolf.
Okay, so you move towards Nightwolf.
Yeah, and that goes my turn.
Okay, now it's the creature's turn. The one that Mirthal attacked is just gonna go for a claw attack. 12 plus 11.
You're gonna hit me. Misses.
Misses. Okay, let's go for another attack. Natural 20. So this,
Damn.
yeah.
This is
Basically,
gonna hurt.
It's 2d6 essentially. Oh no. So, going by our rule, sorry, it's 1d6 plus the additional dice. 10 points of slashing damage to you as this thing
damn.
rakes its claws against your chest.
Oh, damn.
That is its turn. Now it's the other one that is now flightless. It's going to go towards Hrimnir. Natural 17, that hits. Let's see. 2 points of slashing damage to Hrimnir. And then second attack. Natural 5 misses. So it winds up what?
I remember the thing I was telling you about, the outline, a long time ago, earlier in this game session.
No, I don't.
Remember, I was trying to look for the thing that said it gave somebody like a glow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I finally figured it out what it was.
What?
Fairy fire.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So 2 points of slashing damage along Hrimnir's chest as this thing cuts him. It's not as bad as your gash by any means, but it cuts through, and Hrimnir started to look a little angry.
Oh, no.
So third monster's turn. Had to remember. It's gonna go after D-Man. Natural 8. -1. Misses.
Misses, yeah.
Oh, that was cocked. 18 -1, 17.
That hits.
Okay. Let's see. D6 time. 1. Wow. Fuck. 1 point of slashing damage. It only gets like its pinky talon across your chest. It's like a slight scratch. Like it hurts and like you wince a little. It's not that bad, you know. Yeah, he's like, "What, you bitch?" And so, and and so there it is. Now it's Hrimnir's turn, and Hrimnir is going to use his bonus action to rage. So he uses his bonus action to rage, and you see as he rages, right? There's a given bestial change to his appearance. Like he actually grows in a little bit of size, right? And his arms begin to bulge a little bit, the veins pop, right? And his wolf-like features, his lupin features, right, begin to become more pronounced, right? And you see he takes both his scimitars and he combines them, right? And swings one down on the one that's preoccupied, that grabbed you. That's a 13 plus.
That sounds like it's gonna hurt.
720. So, let's see. Because I know this has a special thing. When you take an attack, you may make 2. Yes. Okay. So it's going to be 2d4. That's 3. Plus 4. That's 7. Plus 5. That's 12. 12 points of slashing damage, and then it's another d4. Because of the double-bladed scimitar special ability, where you can basically do another extra attack.
Oh, nice.
4. So that's 22 points of damage in total.
Jesus.
22 points of damage in total as he swings his blade. He basically flowers the blade, right? It's almost like a whirlwind blade, like a whirling dervish, and he winds up decapitating this one completely clean off. Its head rolls back, and its blood just sprays all over the place. And he actually. You notice instantly just and the blood just pouring off, and it's a cool night and the blood is warm and there's just like red vapor rising above him, and he is into this. Your turn, Mirthal. 1's down.
Okay. How far away is that in?
You're still dealing with yours.
Right.
Yours is like right in your face.
Now it pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do is, basically, Aura of the Moon shines on it. I'm using my bonus action to do Hexblade Curse on
Okay.
it. And now I'm taking my sword and trying to flip it in two.
Okay, what does Hexblade Curse do exactly?
So, 19 or 20, I crit.
Mm-hmm.
And it also allows me to, what is it called? When it dies, I get some health back as well.
Okay. Isn't it equal to the damage done, right? Or something like that?
I was telling you right now, I think my warlock level.
Oh, your warlock level?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know why it needs me. I'm being a bit dumb right now. Yeah, so I get +2 to the damage rolls as well if I hit. And I get a crit on 19 or 20. Right now it's just AP because of the level features.
Okay.
Everything else. Let me mark that off.
So that was your bonus action, right?
Yeah, that was my bonus action. Yeah, I take a point at it. Natural 20.
God damn. Give me the damage roll. So you automatically do 2d6?
Yeah.
So that's 12 damage automatically,
Damage.
plus another 2d6,
Jesus.
That's gonna be 9 plus.
plus your damage.
It's 21. 9 plus 12 is 21.
Okay. 22, 24, 25. So 26 damage.
How do you want to do this?
So basically, I was slash it so hard, but after my blade passing through,
Mm-hmm.
the moonbeam comes right out.
Okay.
Afterwards.
So you slash down on this, and there's a brief pause, and there's a still, right? As this thing looks dumbfounded at you, right? It is, you killed it so quickly and so efficiently, it hasn't registered the fact that it is dead yet, right? The neurons haven't sent that signal. The brain hasn't stopped functioning. And as you do, and as it begins to realize it, its eyes begin to roll in the back of its head, and then there's just this bright streak of white luminescent energy just boom, just shoots out of the blade like in a massive cascade, and it just cuts a massive divide right where the creature was standing out towards the end of the cliff, and there's just a scar like past this creature. Where this creature, it's where it begins, and then there's a massive scar going out, like the scar that affected when Arthas invaded the Blood Elf home. It's like huge like that.
Ooh,
So yes,
very nice.
yes.
And then me
And then the piece is just the wound cauterized, right? There's no spray of blood, just fall.
Oh.
So you bisected this thing entirely.
The mark dissipates and turns into a glow of like lunar energy and goes right into me.
And you restore your
See
hit
my
points.
wounds heal.
So you begin to heal some of your wounds, not entirely, but
No.
for the most part, they a bit of them heal. So is that it? You have your movement speed still. You still have movement speed.
How far?
30 feet. You have 30 feet. This thing's only about, I'd say the other one's about 15 feet from you.
About 15 feet away
15.
from me.
Yeah.
So I give Nightwolf a no mere room. I move about 10 feet
Okay.
away from him. I get ready for my next attack.
Okay.
His turn.
How far am I away from him?
From who?
E.
How far were you? Did you move?
I moved 10 feet away from
From Nightwolf.
Nightwolf. Yeah.
So he's, I would say, in what direction, left or right? Because if you move to the right, you're a bit closer to him.
Sure, why not?
So he's about, I want to say 10 feet from you, D-Man.
Okay.
Or Astraios.
I'm gonna go next to him, and I'm gonna use Cure Wounds.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so you're going to touch him? Cure wounds, so he lays a hand on you. You can say anything when you lay your hand on him?
That was kind of awesome.
So he's like, that's pretty cool, man. And you heal, so give me the roll.
7,
10 total.
10 total?
Yeah.
So, wow, that fully heals you,
Yeah.
right? So you had 2 before, right? Oh, no, 3 before. And then
Yeah,
now,
I'm at full health now.
now you're at full health. So you see the wounds just stitch themselves back together. You still have your bonus action and your movement. Oh, no, you have, what, 25 feet of movement, I would say?
Yeah. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna go. You know what? Fuck this. I put my crossbow away, and I take out my daggers.
Okay, take your
And
daggers
I'm just
out.
gonna get ready for it.
So you're going to hold your
Next
action
round,
in
yeah.
case it attacks you or something? Okay, so you hold your attack action in case it gets close to you. This creature, it sees its 2 allies have been taken out. This thing hasn't been touched yet, right? So it's been hit by the 1 crossbow bolt, right?
I think that's one that.
That was one
That's
that
the one
you,
that
Nightwolf
Nightwolf killed. Yeah.
Okay, so this one's actually still immaculate. It's going to fly towards you, seeing that you were picked up, right? It still thinks it's going to try to grapple you. 12.
Yep.
Give me an athletics roll.
Oh, my bad.
Let's see if you, unless you want him to pick you up.
Ooh,
What?
natural 1.
Natural 1, and he actually gets like a good additional 10 feet. You're 30 feet in the air now.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
We'll say he has yes, and I'll let it, depending on whether you hit him or not, will be depending on if he has disadvantage on his grapple. Or advantage on his save. If he hits.
Pretty sure I hit. That's 18 plus
Yeah,
5.
you hit. So go ahead, give me a roll. You have advantage on your roll. Reroll. Give one more roll.
8 slashing damage.
8 slashing damage. So you cut across this thing's chest, but it's not quite enough. How much did you roll?
I rolled 2.
2. It's not quite enough. It still grabs him, but it doesn't fly the 30 feet. It only flies about 10 feet off the ground, because you did hit him, or it rather. Hrimnir's turn, and Hrimnir is, you see that his bestial form is actually coming out even more as time progresses, and as he's getting into this bloodlust, he's going to charge at the one that is grabbed him and leap into the air and tackle this thing.
Oh, shit.
Natural 20.
Oh.
So he leaps up, grabs onto this thing. Let me see what his unarmed strike is. I think it's just a flat out damage, is it?
Yeah.
It's
It's
like-
gonna be,
it's
it's gonna be
6.
1 plus the frame.
It's 6. It's
Yeah.
6. Yeah. So you see he jumps onto this thing, and since it's a crit, it's times 2. He grabs onto one of the both wings, and he pulls, and he rips off one of the wings
Oh my
of this
God.
creature and throws it off to the side. You guys come crashing down. You only take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Hrimnir takes 1 too.
Half.
half, right? So he takes 3
One?
points of bludgeoning damage. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage, and he lands on this thing, and he's gonna use his bonus action again
Oh God.
to try to rip off the other wing.
Oh shit, Kratos. I mean,
That's not enough. 14. Doesn't quite. You see, he's pulling at it, right? And he has his claws deep into this thing's chest, right? And he's pulling at this wing, but it's not coming off. This thing is considered grappled, and you guys have advantage on any non-ranged attacks on it. Yeah. Ranged attacks don't have disadvantage because I think it's a bullshit rule, to be honest.
yeah, I
Yeah,
agree
I
with
think
you.
if something's on the ground prone and it's not moving and it has something pinned on it,
How far is it from me?
I would say maybe like 5 feet, maybe not
Oh,
even. Yeah,
alright.
you would have. And so you're gonna jab at it. Okay.
Yeah.
You have advantage on your attack.
That's 7 or 8. 13. A 19 to hit.
19 hit. You hit. I'm gonna consider that a crit because it is prone and has someone on him as well.
Okay, so
God.
that's 12 plus
12 plus.
12 plus 9.
20.
Math for me. 20 plus 3. It's gonna be
It's
23.
21, 24 altogether.
24.
So you wind up with your greatsword, right? Cutting this thing, and you actually wind up cutting through the wing that he's trying to cut, as well as cutting off its feet as well, right? So this thing it's alive, but it is in rough shape. And if one of you don't finish it off, Hrimnir may very well just like rip this thing apart.
Get that finishing blow, bro.
I'm gonna go attack.
You have advantage on your attack roll.
Yeah, thank God.
Oh.
What was
For the
your roll?
audience, he wrote double twos.
Double twos. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you
13.
might need to use. Those aren't the same dice you used before, were they?
No.
Okay, yeah, you might need to use.
All right, the other one, because I used my offhand weapon as well.
Oh, okay. So you whiffed the first attack.
Yeah, like that. The second one.
What was the second one?
It's 16 plus.
You just 16 hits.
Okay.
16 just hits.
Okay.
Poor guy, man. That was so bad.
This is the night of bad rolls for you, bro.
I ain't getting no luck.
Remember, you won't get the
6.
6. So, how do you want to do this? And this thing was on death's door, pretty much, with its wing being ripped off.
Wing it.
Wing it. Wing it. So you seeing Hrimnir on this thing, right? And you don't want to go anywhere near him, right? So what you do is you take your dagger from where you are and you whirl it at this thing, and it's amazing your dexterity in this, right? And how accurate you strike this thing, because you literally just put it out of its misery. You're like, this is a mercy kill, and you actually start to sympathize for this thing, because you can only imagine seeing Hrimnir just beasting out like this. You can only imagine him tearing his like chest cavity open, ripping his innards out, right, and just like going to town on this poor creature. Which, when the words escape your mind, poor creature, this thing tried to kill us. Why am I sympathizing for it? You throw the dagger, and it strikes it right in its head, sinks in fully, and this thing just head slacked back and is completely gone. It's dead. Combat has now ended. And as it ends, Hrimnir actually does exactly what you pictured, rips this thing's chest cavity open and begins to just rip out its heart, its lungs, and begins to tear into this thing. What are you guys doing?
It's dead. You could relax. We need you to control this rage.
You see he
We need
looks
to
at
bring it
you,
down.
and his bestial form he looks like almost full-on werewolf right now, and he's
We're your friends. Relax.
give me a persuasion roll.
That's a 8.
An 8. He give me a persuasion roll. What did you get?
6.
So wow, tonight is not a good night for rolls. God damn.
No, it's not.
And so, except for combat, you guys are good in combat though.
Yeah.
And so maybe we should just throw combat at you guys, make it a big arena PvP.
Make it
And-
John Wick 3.
Yeah, legit. Oh, it's about to get like. I'm just kidding. Hrimnir kills you with a book and a pencil. No, you see, he looks at you because you're the first one, and he begins to race towards you.
Do something with your sword. Make it howl or something. We need him to stop.
So you make your sword howl, and he stops in his tracks. Looks at you.
I'll stab into the ground so that you can see the whole symbol, making it look like the statue was.
And he actually begins to, on two, right, slowly hulking towards the sword. And he stares at it like a child amazed at, like, you know, looking at its first dinosaur bones, or the first time it visits an aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it has that sense of, like, glee in his eyes.
He needs to calm down.
And it's been a minute, right? So the rage begins to subside. You see his size lessen and his bestial form reduce, right? It goes back to the humanesque form, the humanoid form. And as he does that, he looks tired.
Mm-hmm.
And the double scimitar that he was carrying, right? He just lets go.
Good though?
I'm good.
Good job, my friend.
It wasn't scary at all. And I go to get his scimitar so I can hand it to him.
Is that a deception?
No, it
No?
that wasn't scary at all. Like,
Are you trying to, like, are you trying
being
to, like,
sarcastic about it? Yeah.
Give me a deception roll.
Oh, stupid! What are you doing, stupid?
Let's see. Oh.
18 altogether.
18.
Oh, nice. So,
Thank you, Lord.
I'm sorry.
No need. No need. It was very helpful.
Quite, yes.
I help him to his feet if he needs help.
He's a little weak-kneed, right? He's shaking, like, you know, someone who's had one too many cups of coffee, that type of thing going on. The adrenaline still clearly it's left a mark on him, and he definitely would need your assistance. And he's just covered in just viscera. There's, like, actually pieces of the creature in his long hair. There's, like, blood just caked all over him. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I dismiss my weapon.
So your sword just completely disapparates.
I'll put my daggers away and I'll hand him his scimitars.
Okay, so you hand him the double-bladed scimitar. He puts it on his back. Thank you.
Is there anything we can use from these creatures?
No.
Actually,
Unless you get hungry.
I recommend you take the head.
Why?
Because if it has that creature or...
There's no... The blood's normal. The blood's just... It's red. So, it's a normal red blood.
Alright. Let's head back to the village, I guess. Unless you see something else here. Actually, when they popped out, what's there?
Let's see. Do you have anything that detects magic right now? Out?
No.
No? Okay. Wait, no, what happened to that stone? That stone.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
yeah.
yeah.
That stone that's there. Yeah.
So, that stone reveals the floor itself is actually completely, it's actually illuminated with some sort of magical presence. Like there was some sort of heavy duty magic cast here. Don't know what that magic is, but it is incredibly potent. Remember, there was a residual magic on the borders, and then the floor
so
itself.
where do we fight again?
You're in the main, what would have been the main foyer area for this.
Okay, so it was... Since there's so much magic, it must have been just used recently, I would assume. Maybe somebody's still here. Maybe there's more to this place than we know.
There's definitely more to this place than we know, but I don't know if it was used recently or not. In all honesty, I don't think it matters. What matters is that there's some powerful things here.
You're right about that. I think we should keep looking. we're here. I'd rather have us finish it now because if we don't, whoever or whatever is here
So you're gonna
could bolster
investigate.
defense. Yeah.
Okay, give me investigation rolls. Hermir's gonna sit this one out because he looks haggard. He's gonna just
25.
mount up on his wolf.
Nice.
Wow, damn.
Oh,
Very
you
good.
Roll really.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 10. That makes it an 8.
8. Okay.
It's my
So
my
25,
investigation is 6.
25. That's more than enough. You immediately upon you dig through this rubble, right, and you notice that there is a carcass of some kind that wasn't there before. Like you see the remains of the 3 that you just killed, plus the remains of one of the winged creatures that you had originally killed with Hrimnir, right? And then now there's this other mysterious carcass there. Its body badly eviscerated, and you do notice immediately that there is some sort of black residue on one of the stones beside the carcass that was buried underneath the rubble.
In my kit, do I have any bottles or anything?
Yeah.
I'm gonna very carefully try to bottle a little bit of this
Okay.
goo.
It's thick because it's kind of dried on, but you do scrape up some of that, plus as well some of like the dust and debris that was left on the stone itself into there, and you cork it, and then you put it back into your kit in one of the slots.
You know where it came from?
I don't know if it came from right here or if this person got imbued with this stuff and it's only here because he died.
This thing's not a human that you find. This carcass, right, looks very monstrous. It looks kind of like a series of different animals, essentially, put together in a way. Like it has the claws of what looks like maybe like a lobster or crab, the legs of like a spider or ant. There doesn't seem, and it has like what looks like maybe like almost like a octopus-esque ant-like head. Like the upper part looks like that resembles that of an insect, like a head ant, and then the bottom is very much the feelers of like what look like an octopus's tentacles, essentially.
Are these creatures is this their blood? Maybe. I don't know why it would be on this stone unless it crushed him and his blood just got all over this rock and his blood is this goo.
Well, you did notice that there was some sort of controlled explosion that did happen here to make this place cave in on itself. So
Maybe within the very wall set in place.
But how come we didn't get infected by it?
We weren't here when it exploded.
So why would the chief be here then?
Maybe something from here made it to the village last night.
But only the chief saw it?
Maybe so. We haven't found out who was the last person he seen last night. We haven't found out there were any other visitors.
Yeah, but it's so weird. Everybody else who's not these people stick out like sore thumbs, so why wouldn't anybody mention anything?
Maybe it looked like one of them.
I could buy that. But until we keep searching more and get better answers, we'll just be left with more questions.
I mean, can you see anything from the rock that residue's on? Maybe it...
I could take a look again. Let me see. 20 total.
20 total. So, examining the rock, right, you notice that there are other rocks as well, pieces of debris, that have this residue on them, right? And it's dried out, so it's clearly been here for a little bit, right? Maybe at least maybe a day or so, right? Or maybe even less. I would say maybe like half a day. Not even, maybe 8 hours, right? That's how long this thing's been here. And that this corpse, rather, is very fresh, right? In decomposition. And whatever damage happened to it, it looks like it's a mix of fire, right? Plus some sort of explosion, perchance, maybe? Like whatever it was. There is very signs of damage caused post-mortem.
Are they making bombs with this stuff? Because when when the stick had magic on it, it just attached and then it absorbed it. It looked like. You think maybe they could have made a bomb so they could throw it and whatever it blew up on, it affected?
It's very possible. It's just hard to tell. We have more questions than answers.
I know. I think we should keep searching.
Lead the way.
Actually, yeah. I'll have to lead the way.
Until
Yeah.
our friend here is up to snuff.
Alright. Okay. Not a problem.
So what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna investigate further.
Investigate further. There's not much more to investigate with this place. It is literally just rubble, aside from the magic detection.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell what type of magic, unless you want to give. Actually, give me an Arcana roll if you want to detect what type of magic, maybe.
I will assist you.
A system. Okay. Advantage. Advantage. So
16. total.
16. The type of magic here that was used reeks of some sort of planar magic in some way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And planar magic is magic pertaining to different realms of reality, right? Also, there seems to be some remnants of some sort of transmuting magic or transmutation magic,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's the type of magic you sense emanating from here. That whatever magic was cast here in this place was a mix of transmutation with planar magic.
What the fuck is going on here? Jesus.
And whoever casted it knew what they were doing, and what they were doing was some pretty big wig stuff.
We're definitely not dealing with an amateur here.
I mean, the man who made this place supposedly made all kinds of deals. If the legends are true.
I don't know what to do. I really don't. It's just as easy to... I'm stuck right now.
I say we take that rock.
Mm-hmm.
We'll cover it up with cloth, put in one of our bags. Cause maybe it might hold us here. I doubt it, but it might.
Okay.
There are men way wiser than myself that might be able
Yeah, maybe the shaman might know something.
maybe.
Alright.
Worth an attempt.
Alright. So I guess I'll wrap it up and I'll put it in my bag.
Okay,
Mhm.
so you put in your bag, you wrap it up, put it in your bag.
Mm-hmm.
What would you guys like to do?
I guess head back for now. Let Nightwolf regain his strength, and then we'll keep going.
Okay, and that's where we will end things for tonight.
Alright.
All right. Thank you for listening. It was another episode of Eternal Champions. I am your host and DM, Michael Trapicchino. Joining me today is Ernie
Have a good night, everyone. Great session.
and Damien.
Have a great one. Hope you enjoy, guys. See you later.
Have a good night, guys. And until next time, stay golden.